Well. Welcome to the Friday live stream. Hello, my beautiful movie peeps. It is so nice to see your wonderful faces. It is time for us to get down, dirty, and happy and talk about some great, glorious movie news. Let me see you in the chat representing Rise the Movie King News. Mixed up all the words in that sense, but I'm still rising. Hello, nice to see you. 3C, hello, yo, just clicking on random ones. Oh, we got a Daddy Chris. Always got to have a Daddy Chris in the chat. He's back. Oh, this hand got to crush Agent Stone. Good little vlog on the channel if you haven't seen it already. Gang, yo, throw up the gang signs. Throw up the gang signs. How you doing, V Squad? V Squad here. Oh, lost a lot of money to that Bitcoin. I trusted the Hawk Tua. The Hawk Tua said I could get rich. And when Hawk Tua offers you meme coin, Bitcoin money, you and invest. This is going to be my last stream in this house because the bank is going to take it away. Oh, Hawk Tua, you did me dirty. Hello, guys. It's so nice to see you. All right, some of the things we're going to be discussing here today, guys. I don't know if it's because it's the holidays or what's going on. It has just been dry with movie news, man. At least we got some movies coming up this month I want to talk about. Feels like every movie reviewer already got to see Nosferatu, and I haven't yet, but I'm still excited for that. We still got Lion King, Sonic, Craven, so got some stuff there to talk about, but movie news has been dry. But some of the things I will be discussing about here in this live stream is, for one, giving you my thoughts on Skeleton Crew. Your boy has not watched a Star Wars show in quite a minute, but decided to give that a shot. I'll give you my thoughts on that. Creature Commandos, it is out. The beginning of the DCU is here. We're going to talk about the good and the bad about that. The Harry Potter TV series, I decided to add this last minute. They're starting to cast and get people roundabout. I'm excited for this. Saw 11. Oh my goodness. It could be the end of Saw right now, and that's going to be scary. We're going to talk about that and some Sonic movie Backlash, along with some other updates with Jim Carrey, and I might have here oh, look at that little blue head. You crave the blue head. I know you do. We'll talk about all that stuff here. So it is just nice to see you. Did you see Y2K? Not yet. Yesterday I went to the movies and it was either werewolves or Y2K. I decided to go with werewolves, but I will be trying to make time to see Y2K this weekend. And if I can see it either after this live stream or tomorrow morning, gonna be giving you guys a review on that. But actually, I'm curious to see that movie. I want to see that. All right, let's see. What says here? 3C Tua podcast. No, I'd love to be part of the 3C Tua. I'd love to be part of this 3C Tua podcast. I keep hearing that, so that's why I want to see it. Why I hear it's hilarious, so I want to see it. Oh, what does it say? Master 3C. I watch every single one of your videos since 6th grade. Oh, I am now a freshman, and I have watched every single video. Oh, my friend. Thank you, Lord Peels. You Peels out. Thank you, Peels. That means a lot, man. Yo, how's your day been, man? I gotta be honest, it's getting cold and chilly here in Texas. I got my sweater on and I'm still freezing. Like, I got this, my Mac, when I'm editing, it gets all toasty and hot. Lately, I've been using it as a hand warmer. Right now, it is warming up my hand. It's chilly up in here. I hope everybody else is bundling up and staying warm out there. Okay, let's get into some of these topics that we got to discuss here today. Let's get into them. So, all right, just quickly off the top, let's get into this Skeleton Crew. So, there's a new Star Wars show that just premiered on Disney Plus. 2 episodes are out already, and it's Skeleton Crew. Now, I was actually kind of curious about this show for a couple of reasons. One, John Watts is attached, and as you guys know, me and John Watts are best friends. I got to meet him at the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere. He stuck his hand in my Wolverine popcorn bucket, and let's just say, I'm just gonna stop right there. Anyway, John Watts, I give him a lot of crap because I am a little too harsh on his Spider-Man movies. I get that, but he was a very nice man when he met me. There was a lot of people I wanted to talk to at the Deadpool Wolverine premiere. not gonna say any names, no, and they just flat out ignored me and didn't want to talk to me. So he was one of the one celebrities that stopped, had a chat with me, and was so cool. And I do want to see him succeed outside of Spider-Man. So Skeleton Crew, right? I saw the trailers for it, and I was like, okay, Stranger Things in space, harkening back to like the Steven Spielberg, Amblin movie days. Just an adventure in Star Wars. So I was like, I don't watch a lot of Star Wars. I'll stick to the mainstream movies. Out of the TV shows on Disney Plus, I've really only seen first 2 seasons of Mandalorian and Kenobi. Every other Disney Plus Star Wars show, haven't watched. Not what's it called? The Bounty Hunter show. What's that? I forget. See, I can't even remember his name, but the Bounty Hunter, that's very famous. Boba Fett. There we go. I knew his name. Boba Fett. All these other Andor. I hear Andor's good. Haven't given it a chance. All that. So all this stuff. So I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot. See how it goes. First 2 episodes in, having quite a fun time as a casual Star Wars fan. A lot of stuff in here that I'm actually digging. So, one, if you don't know, the premise of the show is these kids, and they're on a planet. And this was one of the biggest complaints I saw a lot of Star Wars fans when, they're always complaining. But one of the things I was also curious about that you see within the first couple of minutes is the world that these kids live on. I'm trying to find the planet. The world that these kids live on looks almost like a futuristic Earth. They got suburbs, they got concrete, they got roads. I'm like, if you were to tell me this was just Earth in like 500 years, I'd believe you. And to me, that felt like a negative going into the show because I'm like, Star Wars should always feel like a place that's a fantasy land, that it shouldn't really mirror our world. And I know there's even more extreme Star Wars fans that got mad when bricks were in Andor. I'm not going to go that far, but looking at that, I was like, man, that just feels like like future Earth. And then that becomes one of the mysteries of Skeleton Crew. There's actually some hidden secrets about this planet and where they come from. And I'm like, okay, there's back to that mystery in the Star Wars world. So I like that aspect of it. There's actually an explanation and reasoning for why this planet looks this way and all that. The kid aspect, also having fun. I know it's like the cliche thing nowadays to be like everything is Stranger Things ripoff. Anytime you just have kids going on an adventure, Stranger Things did it, so you can't ever do it again, man. We've had tons at the Goonies and Stand By Me. This has been a long-standing trope. I don't think it feels Stranger Things ripoff. I like the cast of kids. I gotta tell you though, the main kid right now, pissing me off. Bro touches buttons he shouldn't be touching. Everybody else aside from that, I like this elephant. I'd risk like my life for that elephant. I was Neil. Neil the elephant is the GOAT. Enough said. Really cool. So I'm having fun, and we're getting to see pirates in the Star Wars universe. So first 2 episodes in, as a non-fan, I'm liking it. I'm having fun with it. It's definitely got that family-friendly feel, but it doesn't feel cheap. I think the world looks expensive, and again, I'm watching this Star Wars show, and I'm going, if this was a movie, I wouldn't even be complaining about the effects, which I think I don't know if that works in the favor of Star Wars or that's going to work against it, because we've already seen that, the Mandalorian, Mando and Grogu, Mandalorian, see if I spelled that right. That movie has finished filming. The Mandalorian and Grogu movie that's coming out May 22nd, 2026. That movie's finished filming. It'll be one of the first Star Wars movies in a long time, and I'm going to be so curious about the box office, the amount of fans, the amount of buzz, because I've been saying it. I understand there's some hate for Disney and Star Wars, but I think there is some truth to Disney lowering the brand a bit. I don't feel Star Wars is as huge as it used to be. It's still big. It's still big, okay? But I think they did something wrong by making too many shows and doing all this. I wonder how it's going to go. So, honestly, just going in right now, I like it. I'm enjoying it. And I think I'm going to check back next week whenever it comes out. And this is, again, coming from a non-Star Wars fan. Hopefully, it continues to be good. But I've also, like I said, first season Mandalorian, I loved it. Second season was to the point I didn't even bother watching season 3 of The Mandalorian. And a lot of Star Wars fans were saying it wasn't even that good. So I never went to it. So, one or two boring episodes can make me knock off, but right now I'm liking it. So there you go. That's my thoughts on Star Wars. And man, the chat was going crazy. This is what happens when I talk Star Wars, man. Why can't we ever just be friendly and fun? Okay, so that's good. That's fine. Let's go on now talking about our next thing. So let's get on to Creature Commandos. So another thing, which I also don't see a lot of buzz, and this is also like it was just a terrible way to start the DC universe. So Creature Commandos has been released. Let me actually pull up photos on Google. Well, something bad won't happen. And it is the beginning of the of the DC universe, right? This is James Gunn. He created the show. And okay, we're going to talk about two separate things. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the first two episodes because that's all I've seen. That's what's been released. And I'm going to talk about the aspect and how it relates to the DCU and what I think about that because those two thoughts complete opposite from one another. Starting off with just the show from these first two episodes, I like it. It's an entertaining show, and I expected nothing less from James Gunn. I will definitely say the ragtag group of people and squad, man, that formula James Gunn is using is very apparent here, but it's a winning formula. So can I doubt him from using it? And what I mean by that is, look, you have a misfit group of people, right? Just like in the first Guardians, in Suicide Squad, and now Creature Commandos, where, oh, we don't like each other, but we're forced to work with one another. Oh, we're going to have some action scenes. Oh, we're going to play a nice soundtrack over these action scenes. And you can see a lot of the James Gunn-isms thrown in there. And now that it's like so noticeable, you're like, dude, this really is a copy and paste Guardians or Suicide Squad and now Creature Commandos. But it's done well. So like, can I really even complain? Because these characters I could care less about before going in. First two episodes, I really care about the bride, which is like the Frankenstein character there. The backstory with her in the episode she got, I thought was intriguing and interesting. We have Rick Flag Sr., the father of Rick Flag in here. We have a robot that was probably the funniest part of the first two episodes because all he does is talk about killing Nazis. And that's literally all he does. There's a scene where he's like, on the Battle of Fort Ground 1984, I killed 12 Nazis. On the Battle of Vinegard, I killed 4 Nazis. I was laughing at that. I thought that was funny. It is not your grandchild's cartoon show. So if you want to watch this as a family, I'd reconsider that because the show is very horny. Oh, it is way hornier than I thought, okay? We got bump and grind in 2 episodes, baby. 1 episode had it, then the next episode had it, and I was watching back going, honey, I did not know the show was going to be like this, but we can't turn it off now, babe. We got to just stick through it. Who is this princess? I like this princess. I was honestly pretty surprised about how mature it got in that aspect. So I'm having fun with that. Show is good. I think I can see myself going back, and I think it's very obvious. Each episode is going to focus on another Creature Commando, giving you a backstory and getting into all that. Okay, now jumping into the part, though, about this being the first project in the DCU and it establishing itself, I can't help but to be a nitpicky fan, to get a little like, seriously, come on now. And look, I get it, but I'm just going to be honest. I'm still going to do it, all right? So starting off, I think the biggest issue with Creature Commandos is its leftover DCEU stuff. It's really, because we know the DCEU is dead. Bury it, just like the bat or whatever that line was, right? Creature Commandos is leftover DCEU stuff. So there's stuff in Creature Commandos that connects to the Suicide Squad, James Gunn's is. They directly talk about, Rick Flag dying in there, the starfish. And so there's things in there that are now canon. But like James Gunn said, bits and pieces will. So honestly, anything that they talk about, you can. But the biggest thing, which was this, let me see if I can find the exact interview so you can see James Gunn say it with his own mouth, is there's stuff in here where it's like, man, it just doesn't feel like this should be the way you start a new universe. So let me get into that interview. Okay, this is, okay. So this is James Gunn. He's going to talk about some Easter eggs and stuff, but I'm going to jump to the part where he talks about, so here we talk about some canon events of the DCU, and then listen to what James Gunn says.
Any longer. But what about beings that aren't human?
I wrote the series before I took over as the head of DC. It was something that we had ready to go. it was tied into a little bit to Superman, which was also being written before I took over at DC. And so I knew that was what was happening. I think it's a soft, reboot is what you might say, and it's also a soft launch of the DCU.
So that's what's so weird about this show is you can still feel it has the flavor and tone of DCEU, whatever Zack Snyder was doing there, what was happening in that universe. But it's now being slightly reworked to be the start of the DCU, and that's what feels so jarring when watching the show, because the biggest moment that fans right now are complaining about, and it is Zack Snyder fans, but it's a thing I kind of like also want to agree with, even as nitpicky as I am. Towards the end of the second episode, they show you a scene where it's like what's coming in the future episodes. And they show you this vision from Cersei, which is the villain of Creature Commandos. And we get this shot of what is our first look. This is our first look of David Cornsweet as Superman in the DCU. This right here is your first look. This is your first shot that you're going to get in the newly launched DCU. And it's like, wow, that's how we're doing it. We got Mr. Terrific back there. We got Starfire, like she's a piece of barbecue on there, and I'm just like, this just feels off. But okay, the complaints we're getting about this shot is people are going back to the Zack Snyder stuff, because Zack Snyder was very prevalent in let me see if I can look it up, the Superman God imagery. Zack Snyder loved his God imagery when it came to Superman. And I mean, it's a very obvious imagery. I understand why he would do that, but like the crosses, the sunlight, and looking up, because Superman has basically powers of a god, so it's pretty obvious. But some people hate that imagery. They think that's not what Superman is. Superman shouldn't be seen as a god. He should be seen as your friendly neighbor, as someone who wants to help you, as a symbol of hope, not this thing to worship, right? And so we know James Gunn is the one who's going to be rebooting Superman, giving us our new Superman. And the first thing that gives us a look to that is the God imagery again, the Christian symbol of Superman on a cross and whatnot. And this is where the problem is, because I don't think this is James Gunn trying to set up things for his Superman and what was going to happen and what is going to happen in his Superman movie. I literally think this is James Gunn, who was, before he took over DC and was writing Creature Commandos, as just another creative person giving his input into the DC without thinking much about it. That's why in his Suicide Squad we had lines like what was it, Bloodshot, Idris Elba having shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet, because he's like, well, it's just fun. It's not going to be canon or important. Now fans are actually wondering, since Creature Commandos makes his Suicide Squad canon, did Idris Elba actually shoot David Cornsweet Superman with a kryptonite bullet? It's like, did that happen? Did that not? And so that's why it's so weird about this, because it's leftover crumbs of the DCU that is now the start of DCU, and it just feels so messy and kind of lame. So there is a part of me but I mean, James Gunn has already kind of addressed this in a way where he says, whatever you want to be canon is canon, okay? If you want to have Batman be teaming up with Bugs Bunny on the side, you can imagine that. That's literally an interview James Gunn had just a couple of weeks ago where he's like, that can be your canon if you want. So he's going to play it very loosey-goose, and I think to some fans like me, we get a little, like, it itches our brain because it's like an OCD thing where it's like, we just want make things to make sense. Can you just have this connected universe actually make sense and not just be loosey-goosey throwing out random things? But again, should we care that much? Should we not? Especially, I just gave you a positive review of Creature Commandos. I just said I enjoyed that show. I'm having fun with it. Should I be focusing on these negatives and really nitpicking at it? But I can't help it when this is supposed to be our first look of Superman in the DCU, So I get some of the anger. I definitely think there's some people taking it way too far where I'm like, all right, calm down, guys, because as expected, Creature Commandos is getting review bombed. Who would have thought, things like that get review bombed? So let's see, because I even see all the audience scores. This is not going to let me look at them. Rotten Tomatoes changes their thing all the time. Why can I not just look at reviews and whatnot? Yeah, I click on this and it doesn't let me see them. But yeah, so stuff like that's happening. I think the show is good. I still think it's a very weird start to the DCU because of the leftover DCEU stuff. But that's just a part of it. And it even makes me more worried because James Gunn did say he wrote Superman before he took over DC, which I was like, I don't remember that. I remember him getting announced to make the reboot and also being the head of DC. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Aside from that, though, like I said, having fun with it. I enjoy it. I just do think there's still some messy aspects of it. Hopefully, down the line, once we get deeper into the DCU, it just makes more sense. It's more connected. Like, there's leftover crumbs. I'm happy. We're still getting Blue Beetle, Solo Maridueña, part of the series. Peacemaker coming over, John Cena. I like that. So, we'll see, but you gotta admit, it's a little weird. Overall, though, having fun. Curious what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts on Creature Commandos. Papa. Let me tell you, though, the show is horny. I did not expect the show to be horny. Okay, let's move on now. Let's talk about some Harry Potter. Harry Potter, the child who lived. That's my best Voldemort impression. Hope you enjoyed that. Pulling up the screen now. Okay. All right. So, Harry Potter, as you guys know, is being rebooted, not as a movie, but as a TV series. This was announced back when David Zaslav took over Warner Brothers Studios, and his motto was, let's just milk our most popular IPs because Warner Brothers is in giant debt, and we need to do everything we can to make money. Harry Potter's a moneymaker, so let's reboot Harry Potter, okay? This is a weird one for me because I am, again, a casual Harry Potter fan. Just as I'm a casual Star Wars guy, casual Harry Potter guy. I enjoy the movies. In fact, they've been playing them on, like, what is it, ABC, or what's it called, Freeform now? They have them on repeat. I was checking them out. I'm like, these movies are good. I see why people are fans of these. These are good. But you got to admit, I'm like, it's going to take a lot to get people on board for when this TV series comes out. And even more so once we started getting the casting updates for Harry Potter. So let's look at some of these people that are looking to be some of the most iconic characters of the universe. Let's start off here. One that just came out literally moments ago. These are not official yet, but these are the people that they're looking at. So it gives you an idea of what we're seeing here. So Mark Strong is being eyed to play Dumbledore in Harry Potter. Mark Rylance is still on the list of actors being considered for the role. So okay, it's just like not really who I expect there. I think this was the other actor that was mentioned, which I think would be better. I feel like he is way more suited for a Dumbledore role. If you don't know, he was in a couple Steven Spielberg movies. He was Ready Player One. He was also, oh, dude, I'm forgetting the names, but a really great actor. I enjoy his work. I would rather have him over Mark Strong. I don't know if I really see him as Dumbledore, but he's a good actor, so that'll be fine. Okay. Then we had Hagrid that could be played by Brett Goldstein. If you don't know, Brett Goldstein was recently cast as Hercules. He was in the post-credit scene of Thor: Love and Thunder. So there's your Hercules. And he could be Dumbledore, which I think major miscast, because isn't Dumbledore like 10 feet tall? Bro's only like 6 feet. They went woke. They went woke, guys. They can't even afford 10-foot people. That's crazy. That's crazy. So there's that one going about. Like I said, Mark Rylance as Dumbledore would be the preferred one. We have Sharon Horgan. Not too familiar with her, playing the one teacher that turns into a cat. That's as much as I know about this actress or character in the Harry Potter universe. Fine. What I think is going to be the game changer is when they finally announce Ron, Harry, and Hermione. Dude, and it's going to be sad because they're going to be some little kids. They're going to be some little kids, and the internet is not going to be kind. The internet is going to be rude. But obviously, the most controversial one going around right now, let me find a better picture, is, hope I say this right, Papa Issued as Sirius Snape. Now, this actually is intriguing for a couple of reasons. Now, you have your people getting overly dramatic because it's, went from white to black, and that pisses people off. I mean, we've had good versions of this happen and we've had bad versions of this happen. All it comes down to is how the performance goes. And I mean, if anything, like I think of the Batman as a great example of this, because I think the Jim Gordon played by, oh dude, why am I forgetting his name? Jeffrey Wright. There we go. Didn't have to look it up. Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon. I think he's great in the Batman. I love that casting, and race has nothing to do with it. But the reason this is intriguing to me is because whenever they announced the Harry Potter TV series and they used this logo with the original Harry Potter music, the original Hogwarts, I'm like, oh my, this is the ultimate cash grab. This is going to be one of the first reboots in history where they don't do anything different. They're going to have the most safest, simplest reboot out there, and they're just going to spoon feed it to the fans like jingling keys. I mean, a casting choice like this lets me know, oh, maybe they are willing to take some risk and do something different, because this right here is not the easy way to go. They know this would cause controversy. This would cause people to get mad, articles, and then you already have a big chunk of people who are now going to hate this. And especially also because even the other side of that doesn't even want this Harry Potter thing because of the J.K. Rowling comments and her being transphobic and stuff like that. So it's like you just pissed off both sides. The people who want to stay politically correct and then the people who hate politically correct stuff. You just piss both sides off with these moves. So it's like, who is this show now for? 10-year-old Timmy? But that's why I think it's kind of funny about it. So this casting choice, it intrigues me more because it's like, all right, so they're not just going to play it safe. They're going to take some risks and they're going to try and do things. Now, unless this was just the whole purpose, just to cause controversy, just to get headlines, just to spread awareness like I'm doing now, reason we're talking about it, right? Because it's something interesting to talk about that they're doing this. So is that all they're doing? Hope not. I hope there's something to be added. I think there was just a comment made too by the showrunners. Let me see if I can pull it up. 8 hours. Let me see if I can pull up the exact comments. See here. We have 8 hours to tell the first book. The pair revealed, so we can dig into the real depths and crevices and how the language of magic can evolve. As a someone who is a casual Harry Potter enjoyer, I could tell you my favorite Harry Potter movies are the early ones. Not saying the later ones are bad. There's good ones in there. But the fun and magic, and something that was definitely lacking in the Fantastic Beasts franchise, was that magic, was that like awe. There's something so fun about the first two movies where you're the kids going into the school, learning about magic, seeing the world, how it works, this candy, that thing, all that. That's always been the fun thing of revisiting the Harry Potter, and the Fantastic Beasts universe could not capture that. So 8 hours of just being able to explore a little bit of that awe and really get into it the way the first couple movies couldn't have, it could be fascinating. I don't want to completely hate this, but I don't know if it's going to go about the right way. And like I just said, they just pissed off both sides. So it's like this thing doesn't even have a chance. We'll see how it goes, though. I think it'd be so interesting if they make it to the 8 seasons then. Because how many Harry Potter books are there? Let me see. How many Harry books are there? 7. There's a total of 7 Harry Potter books, so that means they should go 7 seasons, unless they do the TV thing of they'll split the final book into 2 seasons, which I bet you they could. I'm telling you, they make it 3 seasons. They didn't even finish the Fantastic Beasts movies. They left us on a cliffhanger. They didn't close out that story. I think they had like 2 movies left. They make it to season 3. That's as far as I think they're going. And especially because the streaming model is only built for 3 seasons. Because of the way you have to give a pay raise to your actors every season. Unless your show is Stranger Things or Squid Games level of famous, you're not making it past 3 seasons, buddy. You're not making it past 3 seasons. So, yeah. As something to think about, talk about. I'm curious what you guys think. So far, the casting choices, I think, are fine. I think it's going to be the little kids when they get cast. They're going to be unknowns. You're not going to see like a Jacob Tremblay, even though Jacob Tremblay is like 17 now or something. But they're going to be unknowns, and I just hope the internet does not give any grief to whatever the kids are like, because I just know they're going to be pissed off. And they're just kids, man. Let them be. Let them be. All right. let's move on now to Saw 11, because we got some crazy news in the Saw world. So let's backtrack a little bit. So we had Saw X came out, and I remember when Saw X was coming out, I was on that train of, I think I'm tapping out. I was just talking about, I'm a casual Star Wars guy, casual Harry Potter guy. Saw? No, that's my fandom right there. I love the Saw movies, big fan of them. But I was at the point ready to tap out. I was at the point of going like, just book the Chris Rock Saw movie didn't do it for me. Saw 3D I thought was lame, and I'm not a big fan of Jigsaw, so I was like ready to tap out. Saw X saved it for me. I saw the light. I saw the fun in this franchise. It re-put me back in, and because it was a success, since they actually made a good Saw movie 10 movies into this series, which is crazy to think about. We got Saw 11 announced, right? And that's where we first heard it would be coming out this year. It was supposed to come out this year in October. That obviously didn't happen. They delayed it to next year in 2025, and we're like, huh, that's kind of weird. Why are they delaying it? What's going on? And we heard rumors that they were just trying to get the story right. They didn't want to rush things, and that was always the downfall of the previous Saw movies, is that they would rush the story, and we'd go good Saw movie, bad Saw movie, good Saw movie, bad Saw movie. That's what felt like it was the pattern. Well, it looks like there's way more to this story than we thought. So a lot of this is happening right now because Kevin Gruitt, who is the director of let me see if I could get it, is the director of Saw X, who was said to also be returning for Saw 11, randomly out of nowhere posted this screenshot without any context. And if you don't know, this is literally the final shot of Saw X. It's John Kramer and Carlos and Amanda walking off into the sunset. It's the one time the Saw movies have like a happy, cheerful ending. That's what was mind-blowing about this movie, is they actually made me care about John Kramer and see him as a good guy, even though he's the villain of the franchise. And I'll tell you, when I saw this image and I saw him post it, because it showed up like 5 minutes after he posted it on my timeline, I was like, oh, he's teasing some Saw stuff. Oh, I wonder what we're gonna get, because I saw this and I was like, all right, we're finally about to get some announcements. Something's about to get happening. And then I look at the comments and I look at what other people are saying, and most people are taking this to think it's a cancellation of the movie. So let me go to my profile here. If we look, I said, this tweet by the director of Saw X is making Saw fans think Saw 11 is canceled or he's exiting the project. I hope neither is true. And that's what it is. The whole internet right now thinks Saw X or Saw 11 is canceled. Let me see if I can pull it. There's tons of tweets going around. They canceled Saw 11, so I blocked Scream. I don't know how the two are related, but yeah, streets are saying Saw 11 is never going to happen. Saw 11 is canceled. You know what that means. I don't know. They canceled Saw 11. What the F? So it's happening. And again, since I looked at this image and there's no context and nothing's really said about it, I'm like, this doesn't mean the movie's canceled or not happening. But then I did some more digging and I did some more stuff. So for one, the reason our minds went straight to the cancellation is because we have been hearing nothing but behind the scene issues with Saw 11 and why it got delayed. So we have here viewer Annan, who is one of the reliable scoopers that has stopped scooping because he said he was getting in trouble for revealing too much stuff. But back in the day, he would reveal a lot about Scream, Saw, and it would all come true, and it was all very reliable. But he did let us know that allegedly Oren Kill, sorry if I mispronounced that, wants to make Saw X and is exploring solutions. Mark Berg is stonewalling everything. Now, those names are not going to sound familiar to you guys because those are just producing partners on Saw. But apparently these two guys are like the owners of the franchise. They're the ones who say what happens and when it happens. And that was the weird part, because if I go here, I bookmarked and I went through some stuff. Here's the past things that this scooper has been telling us about Saw 11. He says, an important update on Saw 11. I'm told the current holdup is not because of creative, script, or director issues. The delay is due to a disagreement between Mark and Oren, the owners. They own the rights. Nothing goes forward without both agreeing. And I'm like, sorry, I'm covering that up. But I'm like, what the heck? The two owners of the franchise are arguing over the direction of the series. But that's weird when the scooper literally says it has nothing to do with the creative side, the script, or the director. So I'm like, why are then what's there to fight about? What's the argument? If it's not over the creative direction of the movie, like they don't know if it should be a prequel, a sequel, a this, that, then what's the problem? Why are they fighting? And hang on, here's more stuff. He says, this is a bummer, but I've heard from multiple sources that unless there's a big change, Saw 11 probably isn't coming out in 2025 either. And that's their current release date. It's coming out sometime in 2025. With all this and this cryptic tweet by the director, I don't think it's coming out in 2025 either. Two sources stress that this is not a Saw 3D situation. Kevin Gruitt is involved, and the people are happy with the direction of the story. So again, it's not about the story direction or where they want to take the franchise. And now here we go. Here's where we get to it and where the light bulb clicked in my head. We saw an article. And this is me, I gotta admit, this is me stretching a little bit, but I feel like I'm on to something, all right? Earlier this year, we got an article that said Lionsgate and Blumhouse have teamed up for a movie deal. There's an article that came out here that said Blumhouse and Lionsgate to reimagine studio horror classics, starting with the Blair Witch Project. So they revealed this at CinemaCon, and basically Blumhouse and Lionsgate have partnered up. They have now a deal where Blumhouse is going to take the horror movie franchises that Lionsgate owns and start making movies with them. One of the first ones is the Blair Witch Project. That caused some controversy on its own, but that's one of the franchises they're doing. And then, people started talking about what other franchises does Lionsgate own? Lionsgate does own Saw. And so thinking about that for a second, people were like, yeah, but they already had Saw X. Things are going good there. What's the issue? I think now we understand what they're fighting over, the two owners of the franchise. If it's not about creative differences with the story, the direction, the director, what could be the biggest issue? I think, and I guess my speculation, the thing they must be fighting over is one guy wants to take the Blumhouse paycheck and go, let's just reboot it and give it to Blumhouse. While the other guy is like, we're doing something good here. Let's just make our 11th movie. I'm thinking that is the holdup. That has to be the discussion, the argument, the fight. Again, Blumhouse is the company that spent $400 million to reboot Exorcist, and they failed miserably, no offense, but they failed miserably with that first movie, and they're continuing with their trilogy because they spent $400 million on Exorcist. I can't imagine the behind-the-scene deals, the whatever agreements or talks they're having, that Papa Blum or whatnot, because a Blumhouse-made Saw movie is going to get the NPCs out there very excited. You see Blumhouse and Saw, that might do something. I feel like that could be the thing. I don't know if I'd be excited for it or not. Like, thinking about it this way. So we just had a good Saw movie, and that same creative team wants to make another Saw movie. My mind is like, yes, let's do that. But then what happens after Saw 11? Because they're not going to stop. They're still going to make Saw 12, Saw 13, 15. This is a franchise that keeps going. And the series, the reason they had to make Saw 10 a prequel, a movie that took place between 1 and 2, is because the Saw timeline is already so messy. It is so convoluted and crazy. An apprentice left and right. This person's alive. Maybe they're dead. They're this. Where do you take the franchise now? The story is just so bubbled. Is it time for a reboot? Is it time to wipe the slate clean? Because, again, I'm not trying to sound like a dick. This is going to sound like a dick, but I got to imagine we don't have many John Kramer movies left. Tobin Bell, the GOAT, the awesome man. We just had Tony Todd passed away. No one thought about that. I mean, there's got to be some executives thinking about the long game going, we can't keep milking Tobin Bell. We don't know how many more movies he's got in him. We don't know what else we could do. It might be time to hit the reboot button. And if Blumhouse is working with us and willing to do it, we should just do it. So I'm thinking that has to be it. And again, as a fan, there's a part of me that wouldn't mind it. I don't know if Blumhouse would be the right company to do it because they love doing things on the cheapity cheap. Although Saw movies are pretty cheap, so it feats in them. But they do such simple stories. They don't get all into it, So in my mind, I feel like I kind of would like the reboot. angle because we could start fresh. We could have the canon go. We could start our new John Kramer. Maybe this time you don't kill him off after the third movie, so you have to keep doing flashbacks and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm open to it, but dude, there's something going on, and that's the reason the Saw movies are is getting some trouble afoot. So again, that's just my speculation. That's my thought because I'm reading these details from the scoopers, and I'm like, well, if they're not fighting over the creative direction of the movie, then what is the problem? What's the issue? What's going on? It's got to be this. I think they're debating. Do we let Blumhouse reboot? They're about to reboot Blair Witch. They're gonna do all this other stuff. Let's just give them Saw. I don't know. We'll see though. I gotta imagine maybe the reason the director posted that is because he knows an article is about to come out any day now, whether tomorrow or in the next week, that says he's left the project or this is happening with Saw. We don't know. He just tweeted it randomly, so he must have heard some news, whether good or bad. We'll find out in the next couple of days, but this is my current theory on what's going on with Saw. So we'll see, man. We'll see what's going on. All right. So yeah, tinfoil hats. Definitely tinfoil hat stuff. I'm gonna look like an idiot if tomorrow they go, Saw 11, everything's good, coming out next year. By the way, 3C, you're stupid. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, now let's go. Sonic movie 3. That's the next topic on the agenda here. So Sonic 3, baby. We got some stuff to discuss here. We're gonna be looking at a little thing I went out and purchased related to the movie. We're going to be looking at Jim Carrey talking about why he returned for Sonic 3. And again, another tinfoil hat moment. Is he hinting that he's still going to do another one or something? Or just something there? And we got some backlash from the fans. And I think it's a discussion worth having. So let's start off here with the little item I purchased. Okay. Your boy went to his local Cinemark and found himself the Sonic 3 popcorn bucket. I love this thing. This is the best Sonic 3 popcorn bucket out so far, because here, I'm just gonna put you here, little boy. Because so far, the other bucket that is not released yet, maybe it'll look cooler, but the other one is from Regal, but it's just some Sonic head. I don't know. Sonic Head is it's a little lazy. Maybe it'll look cooler in person and whatnot, but I'm just like, eh. And you know what? Mexico has an even cooler bucket. I'm not even kidding. I forgot to mention this. So I got to get my hands on this. Sinopolis. Mexico, which they always have better buckets than us. I don't know why. Mexico gets the cooler popcorn buckets. I'm trying to see if I can find it. But let's see. Sonic. I gotta find it. I'm not gonna let Sonic 3 Mexico popcorn bucket. I saw the Sonic 3 popcorn bucket for Mexico, and I was like, what? Who did this? This is the popcorn bucket for Mexico. And it's for Sonic 3. It's him in that little pose about to run. I don't know where the popcorn goes in, if it's in his head or if it's in his butt. But, dude, what the heck? That's awesome. That's a cool bucket. Why is only Mexico getting that, man? Did somebody have a video unwrapping it? Here's another one. Let me see if I can go to okay, they have more pictures of it. Look at that Sonic behind. That's pretty cool. Again, I have no idea where the popcorn goes in. It looks like his head does open, so it still goes in through the head. But that's a much cooler position. That would have been awesome. Say Sinopolis. That's the theater. But then again, AMC has not revealed their popcorn bucket. So this might end up being the AMC bucket as well. We'll wait and see. I don't know. AMC sometimes surprises, but this year they've been kind of lackluster a little bit with their buckets. No offense. But anyways, I just thought I'd show you guys that. So going back to the Cinemark one, I will say it is smaller than I thought. Then again, these are for children, and I act like a child every day, so we just deal with that. We just have fun with that, right? But I mean, my fist, literally my fist is all that fits. What? That's not a lot of popcorn. You put popcorn in there, I'm getting 3 grabs max. I'm getting 1. I'm getting 2. Oh, and the popcorn's gone. So there's that. But I love the details of the little shoe. The shoe itself, I think, looks awesome. They even got the little, like, ridges on there and whatnot. We got Sonic's behind. Get! It's all flat. It's not like the Slimer popcorn bucket there, where that was a very pronounced. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So Very happy bucket. I like it. This to me, this is the better one than just the head. Wish we could have got the Mexico version, but this thing, pretty dope, pretty dope. So I'm gonna have him here while we go through the other pieces on. Look how great he looks. Yeah, this is life, man. This is good life. Okay, so we had that popcorn bucket. Really fun. Let me know if you guys picked anyone up. Next topic here. Let's get into the Jim Carrey stuff before we get into the Backlash. So Jim Carrey did a little interview for Sonic 3. Let me see if I can hear. We have here, weeks before Sonic the Hedgehog 3 releases, star Jim Carrey announced why he came back for the third movie, which was a thing that was a real worry for a lot of people. Because Jim Carrey was known for saying, I'm going to retire. I'm done. And unless you hand me a golden script, I'm not returning. Well, he says why, and I feel like maybe I'm reading it wrong. I feel like he hints at maybe more coming. So he first says, I never left the Sonic universe. Where else would I go? The Sonic universe is all-encompassing. Only a fool would try to quantify it. So he was saying he never left. I think he always had a 3-picture deal and was gonna meet that. So that was good. Let's see here. This is where it responds to only having a golden script. And he said, it wasn't just gold in concept. It was literally gold in ink, Carrey joked. For the first time, I was scared to touch a script. But how do you say no to something like that? Which I think they just kept it interesting for Jim Carrey. He didn't play the same character every movie. He talks about that's the reason he wanted to do 3 movies, because Jim Carrey infamously does not want to do sequels. He's only done, I think, 2 in his life, other than the Sonic movies. But it's because, you know, he was just Robotnik. Then he was starting to turn into Eggman. And now not only does he get to become Eggman, he gets to play his grandfather, Gerald, which that has been a lot of fun for him, looking at the TV spots. But it's this comment here where I'm like, okay, am I reading this wrong, chat? You tell me. But he says here, game over? Not a chance. Once again, Jim Carrey proves that it's impossible to imagine the Sonic verse without him. Or as he would say, I never left the Sonic universe. I just took a short power-up break. This is definitely tinfoil hat time. This is definitely me stretching a little bit. Is there a possibility we could get Jim Carrey part of Sonic 4? Because the creative teams have made it no secret. They want to make more Sonic movies. Their plan is to make 3 more, I'm assuming, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm excited for what that could look like, because I'm hoping we finally go to other planets, meet other Fury creatures. And they even talk about they eventually want to have like their own end game where it's just a bunch of CGI characters and whatnot. How do you not have Jim Carrey part of that, right? Like, that's what I was also curious about with Sonic Movie 4 is like, what's that going to look like when Jim Carrey is no longer there? Because I got to admit, that's sometimes 50% of my excitement with the Sonic movie, because I'm a Jim Carrey fan since I was a kid. He's honestly the reason I love movies, because I saw Ace Ventura, Way Too Young, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and I always saw him going, I was like, I want to be like that. I want to be that funny, man. I'm nowhere near Jim Carrey level, but it's just like, I get to see Jim Carrey in a new movie in theaters. Always makes me happy. Always excited for that. So it is going to be interesting when Sonic 4 comes out and he's not part of it. But is there maybe plans where Jim Carrey's like, maybe I come back. Maybe I do it. Even just, can you imagine he's not in 4 and 5, but then they do their end game thing in 6 and he shows up? Oh, 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 oh. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy, fam. It'd be crazy. So I thought that was interesting comments that he made there. So let's go on now to some of the backlash here. So, and I think there is something to definitely talk about, and we've been kind of hinting at this with the things that we've been seeing from Sonic 3. So a lot of the backlash stems. You guys saw the music video for the new Sonic movie got released. Not a big fan of the new Sonic song, but some people are getting into it. And I will say it's starting to kind of like catch on and be okay with me. I don't hate it as much now. But in the music video, there were these moments that caught people's attention. Okay, so we have here kind of like Jim Carrey and Gerald dancing, which, I mean, that's just fun. Eggman shuffling, having some fun there, waving at each other. But it left a lot of people going, is this going to be in the movie? Was this just for the music video? Because there's been a lot of scenes from the trailers and whatnot. Like this, I think this actually is in the movie. And it's so sad because you can see Agent Stone in the back just being left out. They left out Agent Storm. My man cannot catch a break. I hope he joins the good team after this because I need Agent Stone to stop being disrespected. But it's like, dude, how are these scenes going to make sense? And we saw the Santa scene, where he like is peeking and Gerald is dressed as Santa going, shh, and tackles him on the tree. Got to recreate that with my tree. But it left to some of these quotes from fans. So let me see if I can bring them up. Okay, so we have here, a person says, this is exactly what I was talking about. The trailers make it look like we're getting something serious and a breathtaking film. Then everything else is just this, the silliness. All right. Another one says, effed up that the Mario movie doesn't break its immersion compared to this. LMAO. Yeah, kids movie, but come on. Let's see another one here. Sonic fans have to understand that this was never going to be just Sonic Adventure 2 the movie. You have to let that mindset go. This franchise and this movie are made for kids, for children. What do you want this movie? Why do you want this movie to be serious as, there we go. That was all. So that's really the sentiment we were getting, right? And again, it goes back to when we saw these moments popping up in trailers of like Donut Lord getting those eyes turning into a dog. And it's just like a balance I want to have. The movies are PG. So, of course, they're for a kid audience. I mean, I was just talking about how the popcorn bucket is way smaller than I thought. Like, I could barely fit my fist in there. It's because at the end of the day, it's made for kids. It's made for children. It's not meant for me. But you got to admit, this is the one movie you would hope that they take a little serious. So I'm more worried about the Shadow stuff. Like I really would like Shadow to stay, pretty serious, and his backstory to stay pretty heartfelt, because that's what I'm worried about. It's like, how do you have this heartbreaking, sad story, and then we cut to scenes of Gerald and Robotnik shuffling, right? And then doing all this funky stuff. Is the movie going to feel tonally imbalanced, or is the Shadow and Maria stuff going to be underwhelming and not as dark as we think, right? That's what I'm wondering here. So that's a good point here. Someone said, so was Transformers 1, yet it had some mature stuff for PG. I agree. I think Transformers 1, and this is one of the downfalls of Transformers 1, is the marketing was just marketing the kiddie side of it. The marketing did not do enough to show you the serious side of that movie. And so when people went to see Transformers 1, they were like, oh my God, there's actual story here. There's arcs, there's characters, there's development. This movie kind of slaps, and people were happily surprised, but it did not help out with the box office. Is there somewhat of an opposite thing with Sonic, where it paints a picture of a very serious movie, but then when you go, it's nothing but like gags and jokes? Like I'm not gonna complain about Jim Carrey being a goofy man. That's what makes him fun and entertaining to watch, but I am worried about the balance and the way it's going to feel. I'm not going to be a super exaggerated like some of these fans being angry, but I think it is something worth addressing. Is this the tone they're just going to lean into? Because one thing you also got to think about is, as the series continues on, some of that stuff gets exaggerated. And that's what's happened with the MCU. They used to make well-balanced, funny movies where in Avengers, you had the good action scenes, the fight scenes, emotional scenes, and you laughed along the way. And then over time, the movies got ridiculously funny, silly funny, to the point you get something like Love and Thunder where it's just stupid funny, and it ruins what should have been a heartbreaking movie, because that movie was ruined by its comedy, in my opinion. That was a movie where we were dealing with cancer, the death of children, a guy who's killing gods, and the whole time you're just making joke after. They literally had the "he's right behind me, isn't he?" joke in Thor: Love and Thunder. I don't want that imbalance in Sonic 3. I would like the serious moments to stay serious, and then we jump to some funny, have some lighthearted stuff. That's cool. But it also makes me wonder for the Shadow movie, because there's rumors that Shadow might be getting his own movie. Wade Whipple, the Knuckles show, had this problem. We didn't even talk about this. The Knuckles show had this problem also, where some people, I like the Knuckles show, but admittedly there was aspects of it where I wish it was a little bit more serious. But the Wade Whipple stuff ruined it for some people and thought it was too jokey. Like Patrick Kamek, I thought would be a nice, rich inclusion of the world. He just ended up being a ghost bowling employee that added nothing to the story. It's just like, where is this balance? I understand wanting to make it for kids, but I mean, the Sonic lore is rich, and you're seeing that right now with the fan, because I think there was even an updated box office tracking I wanted to bring up. Let me see, Sonic. which is looking like it's going to project to what I was talking about. Here, it says here, breaking Sonic Movie 3 long range box office tracking now forecast a U.S. opening weekend between 65 to 85 million, 10 million ahead of Mufasa. This is not only an increase over the previous forecast, the high end would place it above Sonic 2's 72 million. So, hey, close to 80. That's what I was projecting. I thought like Sonic 3 would hit 80, but then we saw it was like at 55. No, now that we're getting closer, we're seeing the actual estimates. It's looking to do good, man. It's looking to do good. And we're going to get that Sonic 4. I bet you we getting that Sonic 4. So, I don't know. It's just an interesting thing to bring up. We're not being too exaggerated and whatnot. But once we finish Sonic 3 and we see the movie, I wonder if we're going to have those discussions about, was it too silly? Did they not take some of the story elements as serious as they should? Curious what you guys think, it's definitely an interesting time. All right. Let's go on here. Well, that was it for the main topics, my friends. The floor is now open to you beautiful people to keep me yapping and talking and staying on here and having a good old dandy time. What is this? Oh, this is Marvel Rivals. I know some of y'all gonna ask me about Marvel Rivals. I don't know if you're gonna like my comments on that. Okay. Check the Reddit, baby. Okay, we'll do a Reddit check before we jump into the questions. I don't think is there anything today, remember, not just a beloved YouTuber, but a man who created the most out of this world content, Chris Parker, who is also known as 3C Films, was last seen lost at sea after watching Craven the Hunter. We found out what happened to him. Warning, this is not suitable for children. I died to a shark attack? What the hell? What movie would you want to see as your early screening? Okay, so I have Dogman, Minecraft movie, Bad Guys 2, Back in Action. Well, I'm telling you, that's going last. Oh, Firestar, Jurassic World Reboot. Hey, there's a lot of movies. You just put all the big movies of next year. So far, Superman number 1. Yeah, Superman number 1, buddy. Superman number 1. 3C, I wanted to say thank you because I went through a rough time from 2020 to the end of 2003, and I discovered your channel in 21. It brought me so much joy to watch when I have a bad day. Your videos always cheered me up and made me laugh. Keep it up. You're really making a difference. There we go. Double 3C. Teacher, what does a monkey sound make? Okay, I gotta get the audio in here for that. All right, let's see. What does a monkey sound make? Let's see what y'all did with that. Real clever, huh? Real clever, guys. Let's see. Okay. Oh. 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 What sound? Does a monkey make that sound? Oh. 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 I don't know if a monkey makes that sound. What the heck? Happy holidays, 3C. This is me when I was the Grinch. My backside. I never released them photos. I think I've been hacked. Who else wants to see Papa 3C play Marvel Rivals on stream? I just is it good, guys? I don't get the Marvel Rivals hype. I will admit I have not played the game at all, but I've never played Overwatch, and it's not a game that interests me. I don't know if I'd be into Marvel Rivals. I'll give it a shot. Or maybe I'll do a Twitch stream afterwards and give it a shot, but I don't know. Forget Wolvussy. Sonic, please, let go of the bucket. Creature Commandos was mid. Hello, Grace. You know, I'd like to talk to Grace. I don't think she's all that bad. I used to watch her a little bit before I was ever a YouTuber. She's been around a long time. She's one of the OGs. What the hell, man? Equal rights, equal fights. Go save. What the heck? What is this? We're deleting that, buddy. Here, oh my goodness, this is just not getting any better for me. This is yeah, so this is the last day the Reddit is going to exist. Is this my account? No, this is somebody made it, but I can't imagine. I think I've seen a couple of clips from it. It's crazy. You're welcome. I'm glad you got the bucket. Enjoy your 3 handfuls of popcorn. Oh, this guy trying to steal my thunder. Look at him. He'll never be a popcorn bucket king like me. Go stay in your married life, Flickinger. That guy's nice. I enjoy him. All right, that's good. Oh, huh. I can't even tell who I'm supposed to be in this photo. There we go. That's a nice checkup on the 3C Reddit. We will be deleting it after this live stream and never speak that it existed again. You guys are gonna get me canceled one day, man. All right, let's go in to see what you guys are talking about here. I'm excited for Zootopia 2. I am too, actually. I like that first Zootopia movie. It's so fun seeing that world. And I like the premise that they're going to have lizards be like the villains, that there's some secret mystery of lizards in the past of Zootopia. So, yeah. Marvel Rivals is so fun. You should definitely check it out. I'll give it a chance, then. I'll give it a chance. Have you watched Squid Games? Yes, and I'm excited for season 2. I want to see what that's about and why that idiot wouldn't just take his money and go be with his family instead of just going back and doing Squid Game Part 2. That guy. What a Sigma? Okay. Oh yeah, the Scream 7 cast update. I could talk about that. So you guys know I've been overly harsh on Scream for good reason, but I am still trying to get excited for the movie and trying to get things to hype me up about it. And I'll tell you what, this most recent casting update, I kind of like it. If you guys don't know, come on, load the photo, load the photo. Well, oh, there we go. Asa German, I know him from Gen V. If you guys haven't seen from the Boys universe, I liked his character in Gen V. I think he's a good actor, so I like him. Dude definitely gives me Ghostface vibes. Like, this just looks like he would be Ghostface. He's got that, like, that Chad evil face that, you didn't sleep with me. And if you don't sleep with me, you get the ghost face. That's basically Billy's motive in the first movie, if you think about it. But yeah, okay, better. I think the cast is still I would have liked it to be a little bit more exciting, but again, to me, it's gonna be about what are they doing differently in this movie? Are they sticking out of the formula? What is it, a Christmas movie? When are we getting, like, now that the cast is coming out, because it feels like every day they're announcing a new member. Okay, well, can you tell us the premise? Can you tell us the time of year? What city it takes place? Like, I want to know that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. Yeah. But he's definitely a Ghostface watch. We put him on Ghostface. But I like this pick. I don't think it's a bad pick. That one's actually one that makes me go, oh, I like him. Hopefully that goes good. Okay, let's he'll be Stu's kid. I saw already some people talking about that. He'll be Stu's kid. That'd be so funny if they pull that out. That'd be so funny if they actually managed to do that. But he would, if he was Stu's kid, that means then he'd be the age of like Melissa Barrera's character, where he's 26, 27. Maybe he could play. Yeah, he could play a 27-year-old. He's a college kid in that one, but I think he's supposed to be a high schooler in this movie. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's get into some of these questions that you guys have been bringing up. Shaggy and Scary Movie are canon in the DCU. Yeah, if you guys don't know what he's talking about, in Creature Commandos, there's a moment where you see a Shaggy. Literally, it happens for like half a second. But Shaggy shows up in Creature Commandos. And I think it's just like a funny little insight, especially since James Gunn wrote the 2 live-action Scooby-Doo movies. So he has an affinity for them. And I mean, this is supposed to be Pothead Shaggy. Yeah, because that's always the joke that he's a smoker. It's fine. I don't think it's anything to take seriously. And the Scary Movie reference, I don't know. I don't know if it's Scary Movie because although Scary Movie has popularized the whole "what's up," it actually comes from a beer commercial that was part of a Super Bowl ad. And that's why Scary Movie did that, because it was part of a famous beer commercial. But Scary Movie made it more famous. And it's so crazy after all these years, people are still doing the whole "what's up." Even Kevin Hart on Kai Cenat's stream did it, which I thought was funny. It's just crazy how things like that last that long, man. Chris, are you aware what Bloody Disgusting posted a few weeks ago about an Outlast movie on the works? Can you please follow up on that? Huge fan, man. Well, I appreciate you, my friend. Yes, I did mention it. The only reason I didn't go into more detail or in depth is because it's just unfortunately a game I haven't played. I don't know much about Outlast, so it would just be me going, sounds interesting. Hope it gets made. When it comes out, I mean, I could definitely talk about it and give you my honest thoughts, but since it's a property I'm not familiar with, I wouldn't have much to say. Sorry. Is Cable racist because he killed Black Tom? Did you seen Dear Santa? What did you think of Dear Santa? Stand out compared to other holiday movies. So I've been watching a lot of the new Christmas movies that have been released. I think I'm going to end up doing a Christmas movie video like I did with the Halloween videos of like all the horror movies I saw in October. I think I'm going to do that with Christmas movies because I've been seeing a lot of Christmas movies, some good, some really bad. And let me tell you, Dear Santa is on that naughty list. This movie was absolutely bonkers for all the wrong reasons. I can see why it went to streaming and why not a lot of people are talking about it. I can understand how some people find enjoyment out of it. There's like one or two funny moments. But dude, it was one of the weirdest movies I've seen in a while, and it has one of the most mind-blowing plot. I don't want to say twist, but a plot point that comes in way too late, out of nowhere, and then it's the ending of the movie, and you're like, what the? That just happened? That's a thing now? Huh? We'll get into it when I do that video because it was just so shocking. But I to me, it was not that great. Honestly, you know what movie I like better? I'm not gonna lie. So far, the Christmas movie, the new ones, out of like, okay, the ones I've seen, I saw Red One, the Nutcracker on Hulu with Ben Stiller, Dear Santa, and I just recently watched the Lindsay Lohan Our Little Secret movie on Netflix. The Lindsay Lohan one is the best one so far. Is the best one so far. I actually had fun with that movie. I recommend it to you. It's on Netflix. I think it's called Our Little Secret, something like that. That one was actually fun. It's still not great, but it was actually fun. I'll just say that, man. I'll just say that. But if you guys have more suggestions, let me know and I'll add them to the list. I had fun with the red one though. I'm not, but I had more fun with the other one. The red one has its also cringy, what the heck moments. Okay, so here. The reason people call Deadpool and Wolverine as a finale of the Fox Marvel era is because people forgot Dark Phoenix and the mutants exist. I guess, but I mean, it felt like Deadpool and Wolverine was really trying to pay homage to some of the Fox era in that world. I mean, you had Chris Evans there as Human Torch. You had even bringing in other characters like Blade, Elektra. So I felt more of that. I mean, Phoenix and New Mutants was just never supposed to be the end. Dark Phoenix was supposed to be a part one. So it didn't even get to be a finale. New Mutants was just a random movie that they were attempting, but then the rights got sold, and so, yeah, I don't know. Hey, Chris, could you talk about the current SAG video game strike? Voice actors are trying to get the same AI protection that SAG fought for last year. I feel it hasn't been talked about much and needs the support. Yeah, I've been seeing it. That it's basically the same stuff that the SAG was trying to do when it comes to AI, is to not take over AI voices, because that's a big thing, I guess, in video games, so they don't have to pay voice actors. They just use AI voices, likeness on people's faces. And I mean, even Elon Musk recently tweeted he's going to start a video game company using AI. It's just crazy how much AI is overtaking. And I don't know if I'm becoming boomer status, unk status, whatever. Nowadays, I'm finding more and more AI videos where I don't notice it's AI right away. I have to go, what the heck? And then I look at the comments and people are like, it's AI. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that. Yeah, you could tell. Some of it is getting way too convincing. It's scary. But yeah, dude, hopefully they put a stop to it, man. But it just feels like that's unfortunately going to be where things go. Ugh. Did you see Barry Jenkins' article on discussing films? The reason why I mention it is because it's misleading you, and you need to read the article to know the full story. Hello, Elliot. It's good to see you. I'm sure we'll have a lot of Mufasa things to talk about. I hope you're well. I did see that tweet, and basically what he's talking about is a tweet from the director of Mufasa where he said, I don't really like playing in the CGI world. I want to go back to making real movies with tangible stuff. And that comment out of context just made it sound like he was bashing Mufasa and like he did not like making the Mufasa movie. But when you read more into it, it's just a director saying, I like making movies with real actors and real people there, and making a movie with CGI animals wasn't what I thought it was. But man, I'm sure Disney paid him a fat check, and I'm sure Mufasa's going to be fine. I hope it's good. Thank you so much, Chris, for all your support last week. You really helped me out to not take the rivalry too serious and calmed all my worries about News on X not showing Mufasa. Help me to remember to not worry about the box office. Instead, focus on my excitement for a movie. There we go, my friend. That's how we do it. Glad I could help, Elliot. All right. I hope they announced the Spider-Verse date as CCX. But yeah, there's been a lot of I like seeing the ground floor of it. Let me see if I can pull it up. There's been a lot of cool stuff there. This is a Comic-Con internationally, guys. And it's just been kind of cool. There's been like some Minecraft stuff that's been showing up. Is something wrong with my internet, man? I swear it's like taking forever to load. I hope I'm not lagging on the screen, guys. CCXP, let's do it again. But it's been cool seeing some of the people that are there. They've gotten photos of like the Minecraft. There's Superman promos going on. Bro, what the heckity heck, man? Let's get going. You're embarrassing me in front of the stream. They're gonna start calling me broke on stream. Come on, internet. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. One sec, guys. One sec. Well, I guess that's just how we go. Okay, let's just collectively imagine the photos there and that they look awesome. I'd appreciate that, chat. I'd appreciate if we could just do that collectively. I'll just wait for this photo to load. But anyways, it'd be awesome if they announced the date for Spider-Verse there at that. You know, a lot of people are hoping that they show off the Superman trailer there, but James Gunn has been pretty like debunking about that stuff. I like seeing all the physical Minecraft props. So we got the creepers, skeletons, the zombies looked really cool. If only I can get them to freaking load, man. What the heck? And it's been like that all this week, man. I was trying to watch some stuff on my phone and it'd be laggy. It'd be laggy, man. Hopefully something comes up. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. All right. Will Ugly Sonic cameo in Sonic the Hedgehog 3? I don't think in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, but I would love it if at some point they do somehow cameo him in the universe or do something, especially if they do like the Silver storyline and they do like a flashback or they go back in time to the first Sonic movie or something. It'd be so funny if they show off the original design just once. Like, it'd just be nice as a little gag, but I don't know. They'd probably never do it. All right. The GOAT is on How Dirty Can You Get? Can you let us know December movies? Well, I mean, we're talking about December movies. The ones I'm most excited for right now. So I said on my top list is Sonic 3, Nosferatu. Then I'm probably going to go, I guess, Craven. I'm trying to think what was the other one. Oh, I do Mufasa, then Craven. I'm trying to, but I can't, I can't get that excited for Craven just yet. The Little Mermaid 2024 trailer. Is that the horror movie one? Yeah, we talked about it a couple streams ago. We watched the trailer. I don't know, man. These princesses or characters turn horror movies. It's getting old. It's getting old. Hopefully we either end it or we do something new, man. Sonic X Shadow Generation Sonic movie DLC is coming out next Thursday. Do you plan on streaming it? I will. It looks awesome. If you guys don't know, this is the DLC where they shadow in Tokyo. You get to play that in the game. That's gonna be awesome. I'll probably definitely be playing it. The Thing Remastered came out on PS5. Are you going to play it? So I never got to play the original, so I don't have a nostalgia for it, but I have been seeing nice things, and I do like the Thing movie, so I'm going to give it a shot for the first time, but I wish I knew the game back in the day. I thought I played most games on the PS2 back in the day, but that's one I missed. Any news on Terrifier 4? Not as of right now, but it's definitely happening. Like, without a doubt. The movie is closing in on $100 million, and it had a budget of like $5 million. Dude, they are happy with the money that Terrifier 4 made, and I can't wait, man. I hope it gets more exciting and fun. I was critical about some things in Terrifier, but looking back on them, they're just fun movies, man. It's just cool that movies like that are existing, and I can't wait till we get to the fourth one and the way the lore is expanding. Craven will make more money than Mufasa and Sonic 3. Oh, I'm going to say no to both. I'm going to say Craven does not make as much as Mufasa or Sonic 3. Definitely not Sonic 3. Mufasa, I don't know. Reason being is Craven isn't even projecting to make more than Morbius on its opening weekend. Morbius made $39 million opening weekend, and Craven right now is between 20 to like 29 million. It's not looking good for Craven, but I do think it will be probably one of the better movies outside of like the Venom movies. So maybe that'll be good enough where it has legs. So maybe it could make some, but I think it's making like 250 million in total when it's all said and done. And remember, the Venom 3 made 400 million. I'm going 250 million on Craven. Mufasa, I'm thinking 400 million. Sonic 3, I would love it if it hits 600 million. I know people are like, $1 billion for Sonic 3. I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll see, guys. We'll see. All right. What are your favorite Christmas movies? Top 5. Also, have you seen Claws? Yes. 2D movie on Netflix. Best Christmas movie that has come out in the past few years. Wish we would get more like it. Yeah, I loved Claws whenever it came out. I like movies when they kind of mess with the lore of Christmas and they put their own explanation. I'll pop that up. I wouldn't say it's one of my all time favorites, but I really like the movie. If you haven't seen it, yeah, it was on Netflix. It was a really adorable movie, and it's like a good. It's just another explanation for how Santa and all this other stuff got created. It was a really nice film. Okay, I'll give you 5 movies in no particular order, but one I like to watch every year is Bad Santa. I love Bad Santa. The sequel's all right. It was okay, but I love Bad Santa. I don't know why I saw this as a kid. I don't know why my dad showed it to me. But dude, that's a funny movie to me. If you don't know, the premise is a mall Santa who every year he gets the job of being a mall Santa just so that he can rob the mall at the end of the Christmas season and whatnot. But he's a drunk, he's all this, and gets into a friendship with a little kid and all that. It's a fun movie. So Bad Santa is one of my favorites. Obviously, The Grinch with Jim Carrey. That's just like number one. If I had to put one at number one, it's this one. I love it. 5 o'clock dinner with myself. I can't cancel that again. You're an idiot. I love this movie so much, man. It sucks because I also love Cat in the Hat, but it sucks that the people who own the Dr. Seuss rights were so unhappy with Cat in the Hat that they're like, no more live action interpretations, only animated. Because I love the Grinch. I think the Grinch is awesome. So that's number one for me. Another one that isn't technically a Christmas movie, but I like it, and I know it's a hot take. 8 Crazy Nights. Another movie I saw as a kid, and if you don't know, this is an Adam Sandler Christmas movie. I would say more holiday movie. Like, it does a lot of Jewish representation because Adam Sandler is Jewish. But if you don't know, Adam Sandler is a songwriter. He's pretty good, and the songs in this movie I actually like. I think it's really funny. It's definitely things you could not make today because it will get you canceled. Do not watch this movie with your family. Don't even say I let you watch it, little Timmy. But I think it's a funny movie. There's some dumb jokes in there like reindeer licking poop, but I remember this movie made me cry as a kid. There's like a heartfelt story with the main character and all that, but I like this movie a lot. So it is one of my favorites. I I know some people don't like it, but I like 8 Crazy Nights, okay? I'm trying to think of what else. I like Elf, but I'm not going to put it in my top 5. What other ones are some of my like favorite? Oh, of course. Oh, how could I forget Arnold's what's it called? Freaking Turbo Man. What's the name of that movie? Oh, Jingle All the Way. There we go. Jingle All the Way. Another fun one. I just like Arnold. I like the adventure and just the idea. I feel like why couldn't we like remake this movie and do it modern day? Dad trying to get a kid an iPhone or an iPad or I don't know, something dumb. But I love this movie. I think this one's a lot of fun, and I like the in-universe characters of Turbo Man and the little shenanigans Arnold gets into. I just love Arnold a lot. Oh yeah, and then my final one. How could I forget? Home Alone. A classic, a really great classic. So there you go. My top 5 favorite Christmas movies. Those are it right there. Curious what you guys think. All right, let's move on now. Hey, Chris, the doctor said my mother needs El Muerto movie news in the next hour or she will die. Her life is now in your hands. Your mother's dead. It's time to bury her, buddy. Come on, Adrian. Let's get the shovel. Let's get the coffin. And we can play Morbius in the background because that's as close as to El Muerto as we're getting. I can't tell you how happy I am El Muerto is not happening, man. I still can't believe that was a real movie they were planning. That, to me, was on the level of the Aunt May movie they were thinking about making. If you guys don't remember, a couple years ago, long time ago, Sony was hacked and they saw like a bunch of things that they were working on. And one thing they were seriously considering was a solo Aunt May movie, which, what the fuck? Can you imagine how that would have gone? But to me, El Muerto was on that same level because this is literally a comic book character that showed up in one issue of Spider-Man, and he was going to be played by Bad Bunny, just capitalizing on his pop star success. No, I'm so glad that movie never happened, and I don't think it's ever happening. Good riddance. Did you know Charlize Theron got cast in the new Christopher Nolan film? Oh, I did not know. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Hey, more talent to a talented director. I love it. Dear Santa review. P.S. I thought it was awful. You're right there, buddy. You're right there. So there, yeah, I agree with you. I thought it was awful too. I wanted to enjoy it, but man, that movie was weird. Okay. Chris, do you think we'll ever have a Batman Beyond series or movie? Love the Batman character, but we need the Batman Beyond. Yeah, me too. I love Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond could be such a cool character, and I'd hope they make it live action. I'm down for animated too. Probably could do a lot more animated, but James Gunn, you got to see the love for Batman Beyond, man. Let's get it back going, man. Especially because we're the last generation remembering it. I don't think there's many little iPad kids right now remembering Batman Beyond. So if they don't do something now to give the new generation a reason to love Batman Beyond, he's gonna be lost in time, buddy. Lost in time. Come on, Terry McGinnis. Also, not sure if you remember last stream about people in power retiring one way or another. Kind of came true. Do you think it will affect the movie industry since even McDonald bringing the snack wrap? Oh my goodness, there's a lot to take in from there, but do I think it'll affect, I mean, everything affects the movie industry. The McDonald's snack wrap just greenlit Superbad 2. I tried to stay on the brain rot level of thinking. I hope I succeeded. Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Edition, and Zack Snyder Justice League is better than the MCU, in my honest opinion. I wish we've seen the full take on the Injustice storyline. There's still some questionable decisions, but he was cooking. Look, I'm no Zack Snyder hater. I do think some of the hardcore Snyder fans scare me, and it's interesting to see. And it just sucks how they don't want to give the new DCU a chance at all, where I'm like, let's see what happens. Don't just hate it because it's not Snyder. But I will say, I like Man of Steel. I was very against Batman vs. Superman. But Zack Snyder's Justice League made that into a nice trilogy. That is a nice trilogy to me now, and that is all the DCU is kind of to me, even putting aside Flash or freaking Aquaman, right? I don't think it's better than the MCU, in my opinion, but there was some really cool highs in there. I thought it was really awesome. Um, I'm fine with it not continuing, though. I'm respectfully disagree. So, Scooby Doo, DCU canon, confirmed, man. I guess if you want to have a canon, I don't know if it's going to do much. It was also in the 70s, but I'm just excited for that Netflix live action Scooby Doo show. I want to see when they cast them people. Have you watched Arcane? If so, thoughts on it? I have not, my friend. I know that's one I need to watch. A lot of people recommend it. Just been busy, but I hear great things about it. The Harry Potter series is supposed to be more aligned with the books, where the teachers are in their 30s, unlike the movies. So I can understand the casting. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know that because all I know is from what I've seen in the movies. And well, there we go. The teachers are a lot younger, a lot spiffier. Harry Potter, the child who lived. Abracadabra. Almost all franchises now can be considered old. I feel old and I'm only 23. What movies can be considered a new franchise that have recently came out? Oh, almost all franchises now can be considered old. I feel like I'm old. What movie franchise can be considered new? Okay, if we're talking new, The Purge. I think that's a new franchise, right? Megan, well, we only have one movie so far, so let's see if that second movie comes out. But The Purge, that's a new franchise. I don't know if Saw kind of qualifies because Saw was early 2000s, and that's already edging on almost 30 years, right? So let's just not do that. Five Nights at Freddy's, we only got one movie. Terrifier is a franchise now. 3 movies in. That's pretty much a new franchise right there. And especially if you also count in All Hallows Eve, that's 4 movies. So that's a franchise right there. Smile, let's wait one more movie for Smile. But I think it's very close for Smile. We gotta have at least 3 movies in there for, I think, franchise potential, guys. I'm thinking only horror movies right now, but Sonic would be a new franchise because we're on the 3rd movie there, and I that's just gonna be a winner in my opinion. No way that movie's that bad. We'll see though, right? The Sony unit. Oh, John Wick, great one right there. Brendan Dean, John Wick. That's a new one, and it's a very successful one. And they're about to do Ballerina now, so there's one. No, Jurassic Park is carryover. It's grandfather from the 90s, so I wouldn't put Jurassic Park there. Dune, let's wait for that 3rd movie, but pretty much there on franchise road. Yeah, not a lot. Quiet Place, you're right. Quiet Place, now we're 3 movies in and spin-offs. That's a franchise. Maxine let me down, though. I don't know if I'll say franchise, because I think that trilogy's done. I'm thinking ongoing series, right? So, there you go. Someone said Batman. Buddy, we've had Batman. Sonyverse definitely one. But yeah, some good ones there. How does the Harry Potter series affect LeBron's legacy? LeBron invented Harry Potter. I don't know if you guys knew that. I'm only excited for Harry Potter TV series because it's going to be more accurate to the books. Well, that's awesome. I mean, yeah, that's obviously the way to go, right? Have it more accurate to the books and do stuff there. But I know a lot of people love what the movies did, and that's their only interpretation. But I guess that would be the smart way to go. And they're going to have plenty of time to do that. Watch the first 2 episodes of Creatures Commandos, and I'm having a really good time. Can't wait for the next episodes. Me too. I'm actually excited to watch the next couple episodes and see the backstories of other characters and get more scenes of the princess and the bride. Know what I'm saying? Hey, James Gunn gonna show me. I'm gonna look. Hey, Chris, what movie trailers do you think will come out during the Super Bowl? Ooh, way too early to tell. But I always go to like the American classics. Superman, definitely having a TV spot. Like that's just Superman is, you know, like the all-star American hero. So you think football, you got to think Superman, in my opinion. So Superman, probably Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. That feels also like a American-y football kind of movie. The Fantastic Four, you know, Marvel's going to pull out a TV spot in there, probably show some Daredevil Disney Plus stuff. Fantastic Four will have a TV spot there. Trying to think of what other big things are coming out. A Scary Movie trailer. Oh, that would be really smart. I think that would do well, but is it in their budget? Minecraft movie, you're probably right. That's a big movie that they're going to want to show off. Trying to think of some of the other big movies of 2025 because there's a lot of them. But the ones I just said are like almost a guarantee. 25 movies. Oh, Karate Kid. Dude, that's definitely one they're probably going to want to. How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah. Wicked Part 2. Maybe too early for Wicked. Snow White, yeah, Disney will probably have a TV spot for that. The Henry Danger movie, get out of here. Thunderbolts, yeah. Mortal Kombat, man, maybe too much money. Because you also got to think about the budget on these things, right? As much. Oh, Michael Jackson, dude. Is that December next year though? That might be too early for the post, but when that Michael Jackson movie comes out, it's gonna make a lot of money. Yeah, that's the ones I'm going with. That's the ones I'm going with. All right. Let's move on. For Shrek 5, that'd be awesome, but I don't even think Shrek 5 comes out next year, does it? All right. Too bright. All right. Will you watch the Middle Earth films for the first time in the upcoming week for the new Lord of the Rings movies? I'm thinking about it. There's so many other things I'm wanting to watch before the year ends. I don't know if I can sit down and watch all the Lord of the Ring movies. If you guys don't know, your movie guy has not seen any Lord of the Rings. I know. I get it. I should. Just never been much into fantasy films or, you know, old and elf films. But I'm probably gonna check out the anime movie. I'm gonna at least get that popcorn bucket, the hammer bucket. It will be mine. Do you remember Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer? They still air the special to this day, only AMC and CW instead of Cartoon Network. I do remember this movie, and even as a kid, I hated that movie. I did not like it. Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. As a kid, I was so confused why this was a thing, why it was a movie. Yeah, this is a film. I have vague memories of it, but I remember hating everything about it, from the fruitcake to the little kid to the grandma. I was not a fan of this movie. If you liked it, that's cool, but I was always, as a kid, like, what the heck? This is a thing? Okay. Let's see here. Some Sonic Head is wild. That's what they given at Regal. Sonic Head, $5.99. Hey, Chris, do you think Lionsgate have already decided to give Saw to Blumhouse, and the team behind Saw 12 were outed from hey, Reed? That's what I'm thinking is happening, man. Well, that's probably the announcement we're going to get sometime soon. Blumhouse is going to work on the Saw reboot. And I forgot to mention another reason why James Wan now is a permanent partner of Blumhouse, because James Wan had his production company, which was called Atomic Monster. They merged with Blumhouse. So now you have one of the original directors wanting to reboot Saw. dude, that's a no-brainer to them. You might get people bad that's like, oh, Blumhouse is rebooting Saw, but you also say James Wan is attached, then you're like, oh, well, he did start it, so let him cook, chat. Let him. And Lee Winnell still works with Blumhouse. He's making the Wolfman movie. He wrote the first Saw movie, so this might be what's happening, y'all. Any 3C lore about you playing your first Sonic game? I can never get past the third level of Sonic. The little purple bricks and lava. You know what's that level I'm talking about? As a kid, and I think to this day, I still never finished Sonic 1. Okay? Get with me all you want. Sonic 1 purple. All right? I always gave up on it. I can tell you how many times I played this game. When I get to this level as a kid, that's as far as I ever got. I never got past this level. It's these bricks and jumping on them in the rings. Die too many times, go back to the beginning. I get frustrated, I time out. I think I got further on the Sonic Game Boy games. I was more of a Sonic Game Boy Advance game type of kid. Game Boy Advance. That's the games where I'd actually get these. These right here, I had all of them except this one, whatever Sonic Battle. Never played that one. But I had these Sonic 1, 2, and 3 on the Game Boy. Now watch, someone's going to tell me those are just the same games, but they didn't feel like it. I remember playing those. Those were fun. That was my Sonic era. Yeah. Someone said, pathetic, weak, disappointed in you, Chris. All right, then. Never sharing any lore. You know what? I'm going to lie now. All my lore, I created Sonic. I'm a time traveler. I came back in time. I'm the creator of Sonic. Hey, hey, nah, nah, boo, boo. Yeah, there you go. There's your 3C lore for you. The chat bullied me. Short King Chris Parker. I'm not. I am tall. I am a very tall, strong, handsome man. You get that right, my friend. Thank you, Tom. Hear me out. Jensen Ackles as Batman in the movie. I like Jensen Ackles. I don't know about Batman, dude. The two, like, my pick is Jake Gyllenhaal, but right now the person I'm seeing a lot of people pick is let me see. It Ends With Us. This guy who was in the movie It Ends With Us. Let me see if I can find. This is the guy I'm seeing a lot of people pick to be the new Batman, and it's a realistic choice, so I can understand. This actor, Brandon Sklenar. This is the guy I'm seeing a lot now be fan cast as Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond, just Batman for Batman Brave and the Bold for the DCU. And it's a realistic choice because he's affordable, because he's an up-and-coming actor that's only been in some projects, so that makes sense. He's got the face and the jawline for a Bruce Wayne. See, there are already some fan art of him. Look at him in his chair and sitting down and all that stuff. We'll see. That's the one I'm seeing most people now. It used to be like what's his guy? The Jack Reacher guy. It used to be Jensen Ackles. But now this is the one I'm seeing most often, is people fan casting him. And dude, yeah, he's definitely got the body. Look at those muscles. So we'll see, man. He could end up being the Batman. October 31st. Hey, Chris, do you have your tickets to Sonic 3 premiere? My movie theater is doing a test screening on the 17th. I got a free ticket. Well, buddy, I might see you there, depending on what state you're in, because that is when I'm seeing the movie. Yeah, I got my invite for the early screening on the 17th, and I'll be watching Sonic 3. I even went out today, and I bought a Sonic shirt to celebrate. I'm going to wear this Sonic shirt to the movie. That's how I'm going to watch the whole movie. Keep past the popcorn. There you go. I'm excited. And I think I'll be able to review it the next day, so can't wait. All right. Bro, W. Frankenstein Monster would have done the same to my creator if he did me like that. That was for sure a wild part, and it was so sick to watch. Again, it's spoilers for Creature Commandos. I don't want to get too much into it, but the backstory with Victor Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster and what goes on in there, that was some crazy stuff. Low-key would not, I guess I don't blame Frankenstein either, but Victor, you nasty. That's basically your daughter, Victor. Ugh. Brother, ugh. But low-key same, though. Low-key same. There should be a movie where thieves rob a secret model of a cyborg and turn out to be a T-800 that accidentally activates and tries to kill them. Okay, I read that so wrong. Okay, so I thought you meant they're trying to rob a model, like a Victoria's Secret model. My dyslexia kicked in there, so I saw the word secret, so I went to Victoria's Secret model. So I was thinking love making robot, and that's why they're trying to steal it. And I'm like, oh, how do you join that squad? But that'd be a cool movie. That would be a cool movie. Yeah, let's go. Let's move on. All right. Did you ever finish Young Sheldon? If so, review. I did finish Young Sheldon literally like a week or two ago. I liked it. Low key, Young Sheldon better than The Big Bang Theory. I enjoyed The Big Bang Theory when it was on, but Young Sheldon is much better. Very enjoyable. I actually got teary eyed and sad in the last couple episodes. I thought they did that well. Very heartfelt. I like how they had older Sheldon, what's his name? I forget the actor's name, but the guy who plays Sheldon in The Big Bang Theory came in and they brought Amy and they had a little thing. I thought that was cute. And then what was even crazier, I was like, well, let's give the new show a chance. The whole Georgie and what's her name's first marriage. I was like, let's see. And they went back to the format of The Big Bang Theory, where it's a stage show and there's a fake audience, not a real audience. There's a fake audience. So they're doing the thing where they push a button and the audience laughs. You know, the whole like, I thought you said canopy. I'm not gonna lie. I know it's a giant switch from Young Sheldon to this. That first episode was a little hard to watch. They were pushing that laugh track button way too much. Like it got to the point where it felt like a parody of laugh track shows. Like if I were to do like a little skit on my channel and I would just be pushing that laugh track button over and over, dude, every 5 seconds they were hitting that thing and it was annoying. I'm not a big fan of it. I'll still keep watching it, but because I think there's potential in there to see the rise of Georgie be going from poor to rich and, his marriage and fixing all that. There's something there, but kind of wish they kept the Young Sheldon format as opposed to this one. So there you go. That's my thoughts on that. Hey, Chris, I messaged you on Insta about my TMNT film. Okay. I will check on you about that. Thank you. Chris, I hope you know that you're doing a job. I do know I'm doing a job. Why you gotta tell me? I probably mean a good job. Hopefully. I'm proud of you. Thank you. We know you're doing your best for your channel and you got to hit 1 million. That actually means a lot, man. I'm going to be vulnerable here with you guys for a second. It's been tough these past couple of weeks. I've had a lot of like outside stuff to do and things to get about, and I really haven't been able to like sit down and focus on my channel the way I want to. So like there's been a part of me that feels like I'm slipping, where I'm like, dude, I'm not posting as much content as I usually do. I'm not getting as much topics out there. Like, oh, my fan base is going away. They're going to unsubscribe. They're going to leave me, and I'm going to come irrelevant, and I'm going to have to go back to Subway, and I don't want to go to Subway because it's a terrible place to work. Although the bread does smell nice at Subway, and I will always steal a cookie or two, and that would be nice to have those cookies, because you put those cookies in, they were pretty tasty. I gotta go pee. That's my train of thought, So it is nice to hear you guys say that. And, like I didn't even tweet for 6 days. And when I first tweeted, I had like multiple people going like, we missed you. Where'd you been? It's just nice to feel wanted. So thank you guys. I want to work harder and be better on the channel and do greater things for you. So thank you for the people who recognize that. I did work at Subway. That wasn't a joke. I did actually work at Subway. Chris worked at Subway. I'll see if I can find. I doubt I have the photo, man. Maybe you know what? I know I've sent it to my mom. So let's see if if I can find it. But and it's going to be even funnier because I was skinny then too. Because I used to have a job where I was on my feet 25/8. So, but yeah. Oh my God, I have the photo. This is real. This is me on my first day. I texted this to my mom. This is my first day working at Subway. This is a real photo. There you go. You can see the Subway brand, all that. That was me, my first day at Subway. Subway Chris added to the lore. I wasn't kidding about everything I said. I love the smell of the bread at Subway. Like, that was intoxicating. Just going in and going, oh, and I would literally take a cookie every shift. You put the cookie on, would you like it toasted? You put a cookie on that toasted plate. You pop it in there for 5 seconds. You pop it out. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, yeah, there you go. I used to work at Subway. You thought I'd lie. You thought I lied. All right, let's move on. Okay. Let's see. Says 8-Bit Christmas on Max is good newer holiday movie that had I saw that one when it came out. Was it last year or 2 years ago? That is a good one. I like that one a lot. Even the new the sequel to A Christmas Story, that was actually a good sequel. And I did not expect much from that movie, but 8-Bit Christmas was good. That's the story about a kid who tells one Christmas he really wanted the NES, the Super Nintendo, I think it was. And the whole movie's about him trying to get it and how his family struggled to get it. And I thought it was a great movie. It was good. It was on Max, I think. What about, dude, I did see Hot Frosty. I completely forgot. I will admit I didn't really like watch it though, because it's the kind of thing where we put it on and we started decorating the house as it was on. So I only saw like every 5-10 minutes of the movie, but I was not into it, man. And it was just crazy. This literally, it's about a guy who comes to life, Frosty style, but he has like the body of an Abercrombie model or like a supermodel. He's Hot Frosty. But it was a thing. It was a thing. Continuing my research for DCU, bought Kingdom Come yesterday, and I'm going to be watching Creature Commandos tonight. I have read Kingdom Come. Whenever we found out that was going to be the inspiration, or when we found out the logo looked like that, I ordered Kingdom Come and I read it, and I was like, whoa, this is great. Why haven't I read this before? And knowing that they're going to do a version of that for the Superman movie, I'm excited. Excited. Hey, Chris, have you ever heard of Disney's Candlelight Ceremony? It's a really cool Christmas event, and I actually get to perform in it tomorrow. Whoa, congrats, man. I hope you do well and you have fun. I've never heard of it, but I'm sure it's great, and I wish you luck, my friend. I wish you luck. Oh, please do not remind me, man. Why you gotta tell me that, Sean Payton? Sean, you right now, the feeling I got is like if I forgot to do my essay that's due tomorrow. I need to do that. I've watched like 50 or 60 movies that I have not added to Letterboxd since the last movie I added, which was like the Speak No Evil remake, and I've seen so many movies since then. I guess it's because I want to write a good review. I don't just want to be one of those people that writes a funny sentence that's like, this movie was made by an NPC or so, ChatGPT made this movie. I want to give like a nice paragraph review in there. And so because of that, I kind of like procrastinate to update my Letterboxd, but I need to, because I do like using it and I like keeping track, because it also makes my top 10 list easier at the end of the year when I keep track of that. So I need to do that. Thank you for letting me know, Sean. And I want you to ask the teacher if she forgot to hand out the homework. You excited for Craven next week? I'm kind of excited, not gonna lie. I am looking forward. I give crap to Craven, and like I said, I do think it'll be better than most of the Sony movies, but I'm just tired. I'd rather see Craven fight Spider-Man in a Spider-Man movie. Can we just do that, please? But I like Aaron Taylor Johnson, and yeah, it doesn't look half bad. I like the monkey in Gladiator 2. I did like him too, and when he became Keen, no joke, that's a thing that happens. That made me laugh. I was one of the only people who laughed in my theater, and I feel so stupid. Because when I laugh, I'm one of those people that like, that like goes really loud. So whenever in Gladiator 2, which has been out for a while, there's a scene where they crown the monkey emperor. It just really happens. And I just laughed so hard, and the whole theater was just like, it happens, man. Chris, what are your theories for Doomsday? Like in the DCU. I honestly, I don't think we're gonna do Doomsday for a long time, because we just had Doomsday in the Zack Snyder DCEU. We just had Doomsday at the end of Superman and Lois. I think we don't do Doomsday at all, or we just don't do it unless that Superman movie gets to 5 or 6 movies. We gotta have some space in between. It can't just be repeating some of the same stuff. I don't mind some of the PM and the Suicide Squad being canon, as Gunn explained all the relevant stuff pretty well in an episode 1. It's not like we have to do homework. Yeah, you're right. Like I said, it's me being over picky and wanting the universe to be more perfect. You could just be loosey goosey with it. But I mean, there's a part of me that would have liked DC to just do the Marvel thing of just start hero to hero, big movie, or even start Justice League and then branch off movie to movie. But starting your universe off with like a show that was supposed to be connected to the previous universe, it makes it kind of iffy for me. About to see Werewolves, Chris. Frank Grillo, baby. Well, I hope you have fun. I had fun with that movie. Review on the channel. Check it out when you're done. I'm only interested in 2 December movies. Sonic 3 due to Shadow. I never liked Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings War of Rohirrim anime style makes it look extremely cool. I am liking the anime style, and I'm curious how many people will actually check out and watch the movie. We don't really get a lot of big, 2D movies released now, and I feel like they're doing a terrible job marketing it too. I know it because it's my job, but I feel like I have not seen any trailers or things going around. That movie, unfortunately, is going to bomb. I hate to say it, but I feel like it. I'd like to be wrong, though. My girlfriend TT keeps calling Tobey Maguire Penis Penis MacGyver. Any thoughts? Cause I love it. Penis MacGyver is a pretty cool name. I don't have any other thoughts. What does she call Andrew Garfield? Andrew Gatfield? Yeah. Your top 5 favorite raunchy, funny comedy movies. Step Brothers, Dumb and Dumber. Let's see. We see Step Brothers, Dumb and Dumber. I like The Water Boy. You couldn't. I know you're like, these aren't raunchy. There's stuff you can't do an Adam Sandler movie where he plays a disabled guy with a lisp. But Mama said, Mama said, you can't do that now. You can't do that. I mean, Dumb and Dumber too. They do a lot of like stuff that would cancel them now. Where did I say that second movie? I already forgot. I said Dumb and Dumber. Oh man, my memory is so shoddy. Step Brothers and The Water Boy. I really like. I'm trying to think of other really raunchy comedies that I had that I always go back to. I think are so funny. Harold and Kumar. That is a pretty good one. The Scary Movie franchise. Definitely another one. I like the American Pie movies. Road Trip is a great one. I love Road Trip growing up. If you haven't seen Road Trip, I recommend it. Hangover, yeah. Ted, yeah. It's one of the newer ones. I'm trying to think of the things I grew up on. But yeah, American Pie. I'm curious what they do. They said they were rebooting it, and then that movie just like never happened. Grown Ups is not raunchy. I love you, Mod, DJC. Thank you for all you do and everything, but Grown Ups is not a raunchy movie. Let's be honest. But is this funny? An Aunt May movie would have made more sense than El Muerto. I agree, Terry. I agree. Chris, I just saw The Substance the other day. Holy bejesus. Man, that was crazy movie. Do you think it will have sequel potential? I don't think it'll have a sequel, but it was a great movie. A lot of fun. Super enjoyable. Gnarly body horror. I liked it a lot. Chris, you always demand. Have you? Oh, yes. I did a review. If you go to my channel, the main channel, I did a video where I did all the horror movies I've watched so far in the year. In October, Strange Darling is there. You can go to the timestamp. One of my favorites of this year. I like Strange Darling a lot. Highly recommend it. Joker wasn't inspired. Chris, please explain Joker 2. So I think you're talking about, I think you're the one who posted on the Reddit where it's like, well, they never said in Joker that he inspires the new Joker, but that's pretty much what they're going for. A guy kills Arthur, and then he carves a smile in his face and starts laughing. What do you think that guy is? He's going to be the Joker. He's inspired by the Joker. Someone going to kill me with a popcorn bucket and take over my popcorn bucket game? It could happen. You seen Y2K? I plan to. I hear really funny things, so I want to see it. I mean this in the most respectful way. I am Hispanic, but doesn't her name refer to her skin being white as snow? How does the film address that? They keep her out of the sunlight, my friend. They keep her out of the sunlight. I mean, also, is Snow White her legal name, or is that the name she is given? Because I mean, how you be born Snow White and you have to be determined with that thing, man? I don't know, my friend. I wish I could tell you, and I'm not gonna pretend like I love and care about Snow White that much that I'm gonna argue with you, but let's move on. Okay, that's going to be a fun movie to review when it comes out. Chris, I'm good. Hope you are having a great day. When do you think we get more updates on Shrek 5, like plot and trailers? Hopefully next year, man. I would love it. I just want to see the art style, how closely it's going to mimic the old Shrek look. If they tweak the faces a little bit, the plot definitely more the villain. If they're gonna be, because people were saying they should bring in Steamboat Willie since he's public domain now, and that'd be so smart to have like a Mickey Mouse villain because their universe is all about fairy tale creatures, and a lot of Disney stuff they have to be careful with because of Disney. But that'd be funny if they could do like a Mickey Mouse villain. But yeah, hopefully next year. Hopefully next year. Let's see here. Let's go on. Rip to DCCW from Smallville to Superman and Lois show. Yeah, end of an era. From now on, any shows that we get DC related for a time, they were CW shows, but now they'll be HBO shows or they'll be shows on Max. And I mean, so far we're doing good. Penguin, loved it. Penguin was great. Creature Commandos is off to a great start. So looking forward to the live action Green Lantern series because I need me a good Green Lantern project. No more CW days, but I mean, some people like that era. Some people liked it. Hey, Chris, on a plane from Hawaii back to California, just finished Smile 2, and wow, have a good day. Have a good weekend, brother. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Smile 2, I liked it a lot. That's definitely ending up on my top 10 horror movies list. I know some people didn't like it, but I think it was a major step up from the first Smile. I can't wait till they do Smile 3, what they have planned for that movie, but it was good. I'm glad you liked it. 14th birthday was on the 1st. Loyal since 2018. Well, happy birthday, LL Smooth. Continue being LL Smooth, and one day you'll be WW Smooth. Happy birthday, my friend. Hey, Chris, I'm good. Thanks. Hope you're having a great day. When do you think we will start getting updates on Shrek 5, like the plot and trailer? Oh, did I not just answer that? Yeah, like I said, I think next year, my friend. Like I said, I'm more interested in the villain and the art style. That's what I want to know about that movie. Thank you, Elliot. New Archive says, Chris, I gotta say, man, the way Peter Pan, Pinocchio, and the Bambi horror movie are looking, it seems like they're actually starting to put in some effort in these, and I'm kind of intrigued to see them a little more. Yeah, that's one thing I gotta respect with them, because they didn't just take the money and run off and keep making cheap movies. They re-put the money back in, are trying to make them better to where the Pinocchio movie actually looks pretty decent so far with everything that they got going on in the animatronic work. I know people liked the Peter Pan trailer. The visual effects on the Bambi horror movie look good. So, yeah, man. I can't wait to see the Poodaverse movie, though, and what they do there. When is the popcorn bucket tier list? After, I think the final popcorn bucket I need, then, is the Lord of the Rings one. Well, I still need to pick up the Mufasa and the Nosferatu bucket. But I think after I get Nosferatu, the Hammer bucket from Lord of the Rings, and the Mufasa bucket, I think I have all the Infinity Stones I need, and a popcorn bucket tier list video will be in the works. Pretty sure the Georgie show. Oh, it already got renewed. Awesome. Well, hopefully it finds its rhythm. There's been shows where I'm not a big fan of the first season, and then season 2 it gets better and whatnot, and things get better. So yeah. Jesse Rivera sends in some love. Thank you so much. What would the 3C Subway sandwich be? All right, you want to know my honest? So, because you work at Subway, you get a free sandwich on your lunch if you want it. And so, y'all are going to think I'm gross. It's not even that crazy, but this was honestly my sandwich. So, the first couple weeks you work at Subway, you get the basic. You get what you've ordered, whether it was, you were a turkey sandwich guy, which I'd have sometimes, or the thing I would like, the Philadelphia sandwich. So I'd get the steak and then the cheese and mayo and all that kind of stuff. That after a while, after so many shifts, so many lunch breaks, you get sick of your usual order and you want to mix it up. You want to see. And also because you work there, you're seeing what other people put on their sandwiches. And, you think, which makes me realize I'm an NPC when it comes to ordering a Subway sandwich because mine are so basic. I would get some crazy orders where it'd be so hard to close that sandwich, man. Let me tell you, some big backs would be coming in. And I took advice because if they look like that, they must know good sandwiches. And so people will be putting bell peppers, olives, and this and that, and I'm like, this is a crazy sandwich. So sometimes I'd be like, people put this a lot. So the sandwich I would get is I'd get the flatbread. I'd go tuna, and you know what's crazy? On the tuna packages at Subway, I'm revealing all the secrets. Well, this is probably online. It's probably not even a thing. On the packages of the tuna and Subway, let me see if I can find it. Tuna Subway, which I always thought was weird. It says may contain dolphin meat. I remember reading that. Like tuna ingredients, tuna want no. There on the tuna packages, yeah, it says dolphin safe. Okay, my bad. I remember it. I remember mine saying might contain dolphin meat. Maybe they used to say that back when I worked at it, because this is now over 10 years ago. But I remember the packages used to say may contain dolphin meat, and I was like, I could be eating some dolphin right now. Anyways, okay, so I take the flatbread, I put tuna, and then I'd put some salami on there. Then I'd add cucumbers. Okay, stay with me. Stay with me. Cucumbers. And then mayo, ranch, some salt and pepper. Yeah. Chad already got me. Chad already don't like me. Someone said you lost me at tuna. I'm telling you, you say that, but when you work there, some people don't like tuna. It was actually tasty, man. It was actually good. I liked it. That was my sandwich for a while when I worked there. But I'm telling you, if you ever work at Subway and you do that, any place you work at, honestly, and they let you have a free meal that they serve there, after 3 weeks or so, you're gonna get tired of your usual order, and you's gonna get crazy and just start ordering the craziest things. And that was me. All right, just. This tuna and cucumber sandwich was pretty good. Someone said, I unsubscribe now. There you go, man. There's some 3C lore for you. How would you feel about switching the script for Scream, such as the killer is at the wrong place, wrong time survival film, or having a ghost face that hunts other ghost face? That would be cool. That's what I mean. Like, let's do something different and fun. Like, if I look at the original plan for what they were going to do, if Scream 4 was like a success, they had a whole plan for like doing it differently with Scream 5 and 6 and mixing up the formula. And I'm like, that's why I hope with Kevin Williamson as director, he'll do something different. But since he's not writing the movie, I'm like, what's going to happen? But we'll see. 1, digital hug. 2, check out on stream rollout and jump. Check out on stream rollout and jump. What the heck? On stream rollout and jump. Are you giving me a command, or is this something I'm supposed to look out? Thank you for the hug, though. It was very warm. Did you know Andy from Toy Story lives in Elm Street? Yes, I've seen that Easter egg before, and I hope Freddy Krueger gets him for letting go of them toys to Bonnie. Excited for the new Looney Tunes movie next year. Interesting, this got saved, but not Coyote. Also funny, they come after Neverland Nightmare in February. Oh yeah, we'll see though. Well, the Looney Tunes movie, I think it's because they actually got someone to buy it. If you're talking about the 2D animated one, The Day the Earth Stood Still or something, or it blew up, I forget the name, but that's because a studio actually bought it. But it's probably because they weren't selling it for as much as the other Looney Tunes movie. But it sucks that I'll never get to see that Coyote movie, man, or Batgirl. What was your go-to Subway meal? Yeah, see, like I just said, I'm back now. I don't order that one. That sandwich I just mentioned with the flatbread, tuna, salami, and cucumbers, mayo, ranch, salt, and pepper. That was when I was working there and had to get creative. Now, if I ever crave Subway, which is now rarely, I'm a little high class, freaking Jersey Mike's boy now. No, I just get the Philadelphia cheese melt. The steak, some cheese, ranch, mayo, salt, and pepper. Just keep it simple. All right, let's go. It's not your fault. Movie news is slow. You're doing the best. I'm looking forward to your future content, especially since 2025 will be packed. Yes, thank you so much for that. That means a lot. So much to do. We're gonna have to do the Fantastic Four movies, the Final Destination movies, all that kind of stuff. Looking into the Superman movies. It'll be good. It'll be good. Did you see the final Superman Lois? It was peak. I'm a season behind, so no, but I mean, I already know what's going to happen because it was all over my timeline and internet, but it's not going to ruin it for me when I finally catch up. Ranked by anticipation. Friday 13th show, Scream 7, Final Destination 6, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Okay, this is a good one. Okay, ranking then by anticipation. Since we don't know what the Friday 13th show is yet or what direction is, I am going to put that at the bottom, although I want to see it. I want to know what happens since they have the rights to do anything in the Friday 13th universe with the hockey mask and all that kind of stuff, but I just don't know the premise. So it could be about Jason's father the whole show. It could be about Jason's mother, which wouldn't be bad, but it's like I kind of want to see a lot of Jason. So until we know fully well about what's going on there, I'm putting Friday 13th at the bottom. Then I am going to put I Know What You Did Last... No, maybe not. Yeah, I am going to put I Know What You Did Last Summer. I love the first two movies. Don't talk about that third one. But I'm so scared it's gonna be one of those crappy legacy sequels like the Texas Chainsaw reboot did on Netflix, or where they follow that formula of like, oh, the legacy characters, new faces, and they just follow that dumb trope, and it's gonna be lackluster. But I have hopes it'll be good. Scream 7, I'll throw in there. I love the Scream franchise. I want to be excited for it, but even then, my excitement is being taken back by the controversy. But the thing that's keeping me going is, obviously Nev Campbell, who I still love, and Sidney Prescott, and Kevin Williamson directing. Kevin Williamson is the most thing making me excited about Scream 7. Probably Final Destination 6, though, just because I hear they're changing the formula, they're doing something new, and that's what I want with my horror franchises, to evolve, and I like me a good Final Destination movie, man. Someone said, I kind of like the Netflix Texas. I like the kills and the Leatherface. Everything other than that, kind of booty. But most of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies are booty, if I'm being honest. So, did we expect much? All right, let's see. OMG, what is that behind you? That shadow. What the heck? Don't scare me, man. What behind me, man? Scare me, man. Favorite Family Guy person, and how would you pitch a Family Guy movie to the Mouse House? I would love. Apparently, Seth MacFarlane he said it in interviews. He knows what the Family Guy movie will be. He's just waiting for them to let him do it. And I would like to see it. I like Family Guy. I still find it funny. My favorite Family Guy character, other than Peter, is probably Chris. I don't know why. Whenever Chris has a moment in the show, it is just funny. It is just good. But I also like Stewie. Sometimes Brian gets on my nerves. I want to like Brian, but sometimes they make him insufferable. Other than that, yeah, man, I want to see it. I don't know what the pitch would be, but I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I would definitely see a Family Guy movie. You should do more vlogs, man. Call it 3 Casual, 3C Casual, 3C Casual. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I thought Moana 2 was mid. The first one was way better and peak cinema. Do you think Moana 2 should have stayed at Disney Plus series? Honestly, no, because it's making money. It's so funny how Moana 2 is actually making a lot of money, but it's not making also an impact, it feels like, in the film community, because I don't see a lot of conversation about it. Not a lot of, it's just a movie that's kind of flown by. But I mean, it's Disney Plus and make zero, or go in theaters and already made 400 million. They made the right choice, but I just wish they actually took their time with it and made it theatrical, It's itchy. Well, scratch it, buddy. Scratch it till it bleeds. That's my motto. Hey, Chris, ranking of 2024 horror with werewolves? Oh, man, this will be a hard one because I haven't even ranked them. But I'll tell you my favorite ones. I don't know where they place just yet, but Smile 2, Heretic, Strange Darling, Substance. I don't know if Werewolves makes the top 10 or not. It's a very enjoyable and fun movie, but there's just been other good ones that have come out. I'm trying to think of, Alien Romulans I really liked. So there's some ones for me. Have you seen The Amazing Digital Circus? I have not seen The Amazing Digital Circus. I've never heard of it, my friend. Is that something I should check out? DJ Khalifiker, let me know. Hear me out. Jinx Arcane Xenomorph and Poison Ivy. I'll hear out anybody. Any updates on the Scarface remake? It's still happening. Luca Guadagnino, I think, is right. That's the one making it. I mean, with him attached, I'm curious how it goes. It's probably gonna be good, honestly. It's gonna be a little gay too, because what he do. But hey, Challengers was good. All the other movies he made, so let's do it. Let's get gay. Let's do it. Someone made a Minecraft Chris on Reddit. Oh Lord, let's check it out. Let's see this Minecraft Chris. Whoa, I'm about to make a name for myself here. Okay. Please, James Gunn, please bring Nuclear Man to the TCU. Life is yours. Oh, dude, that actually looks cool. I gotta make merch, man. I've been slacking. I just don't know how to do any of that, man. I like how you got my gold watch. Ain't no 3C without a gold watch on, buddy. It's time, y'all. What movie or TV show perfectly distributes this meme? Okay. What the heck? You just got a lot of stuff in there. New episode of the Digital Circus. That was that thing that one guy was talking about. Okay. Well, there we go. Good stuff, man. Oh, there's my death again. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, all right. Friends marry kill. What the heck? Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, Robin Williams. Oh man. How you gonna do this to me, man? It's gonna be so hard to say kill, but since I think it's less offensive and they're already dead, just gonna let Robin Williams so he can have his peace. But I love Robin Williams, man. Comfort actor to the most. I love that man. But I don't want to let him rest. He made his choice, and I'm gonna respect it. Mary. I'm marrying Jim Carrey. Although, if I'm being honest, can I say something? This might be a hot take. I just said I love Jim. I've said it earlier in the stream. I love Jim Carrey. He's the reason I loved movies because I loved watching him in Ace Ventura, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber. I always wanted to grow up to be as funny as Jim Carrey. However, I do think Jim Carrey is the type of person that doesn't turn it off and is like just always funny. And I think I'll have a good time with him for 30 minutes. When it hits 31 minutes, I think I get annoyed. I think I'll be like, Jim, this is a restaurant. Can we take the napkins out of your butt? All right, that's good, Jim. Come on now, let's have a dinner. You know what I mean? It's like that friend that's just like takes it too far. Let's just chill out, Jim. You know? But that's what you get with Jim. He's got that energy. I don't know. That's my thought. So, someone said my first thought was don't kill Robin Williams. I know I went the wrong way, maybe, but I went the wrong way. I'm sorry, but I just felt easier since he's already gone. So it's like maybe he's happy right now, right? But I'm gonna marry Jim. I'm gonna marry Jim, and I'm friends with Adam. We could play basketball together. I hear Adam Sandler likes to play basketball a lot. So yeah. There we go. You didn't read my silver comment. What the heck? Oh, did I actually? I did miss one. My bad. Thank you. I saw people fan casting Haley Joel Osment to voice Silver for Sonic movies. What do you think? Is that really an exciting one? Haley Joel Osment? Is that like really a person people would want? That's the kid from like The Sixth Sense, right? Haley Joel Osment. I have nothing against him. I'm not gonna say he has like a memorable voice. Has he voiced Silver in the past? Is that why Sonic fans want him or something? I don't know. I wouldn't even really be able to tell you what a Silver voice should sound like. So if you say that's good, I'll trust you. I'll trust you. But I do want Silver eventually in there because I think that's just a cool character. Sorry about that, Los. Little Mermaid, yes. Oswald down the rabbit hole. Thank you for that information, Troy. We appreciate you here, keeping us on our toes. Let's get gay. 3C's final awards before Kevin Fagoli takes him out. Kevin, no, please let me live. If you were given the chance to write and direct a movie, what genre would it be, and what would be the plot synopsis? Oh, also, give me some more 3C Lord. Dang, Ricky Torres, you want everything. Hey, Ricky Tan. Rush Hour, man, that's a good one. All right, it'd be a horror movie. I'm just so into the horror genre. I would want it to be a horror film. I did have this one movie. Like I'll tell you guys my plots, and I just get scared telling y'all because it's just like it's what I think and it's what I feel, and to share it with you, and you guys say it's stupid, I just be like, well, I won't tell you nothing ever again. So I would want to make like a slasher movie. My mind, what I thought about, but I'm not. It's not fully cooked, so this is a half baked idea. All my ideas are half baked because I never know how to keep them interesting. But okay, uh, I like the idea of a slasher where it's basically a group of people got away from a killer long time ago, and they're all in a nursing home now. So they're all old. They're all like 80s, 90s crutches, wheelchairs, RV chairs, whatever. They're old. And it's basically like kind of like not parodying because I wanted to be kind of serious, but it has a meta aspect to it where the killer is at an asylum, still alive for some reason, as an asylum, and another younger serial killer has like escaped, almost Michael Myers style, right from the asylum. But through that escape, the older killer, who is now also an old man, also gets to escape. And while the whole town and police are focused on getting that younger, well-aged, dangerous serial killer who's now going around town killing people, that old man serial killer that used to be a slasher is now going to go to the nursing home to finish the job on the people that are still alive. And I think that'd just be fun to kind of like get a slasher movie, but with all old people, and try to do the tropes of a horror movie, but with old people, you know? So like you would usually see in a horror movie, you'd see like a big chase scene, like really fast doors, but they're all old. And so is the killer. So it's just them slowly moving away in their crutch, and the other guys also slowly getting to them, doing things like that. And my idea for the finale would be is that they eventually get the younger, powerful, stronger serial killer who did escape, and somehow put him in the path of the older serial killer and have them face off at the end and somehow make the old guy win against that guy. I think that'd be funny. So I don't know. That's like an idea I have. I think that'd be funny. It's basically a Halloween movie, but with old people in a retirement home. I think that could be fun. And then it lends itself for prequels. You could go back and do the movie when they were all young, and then give you the actual. I don't know. That's my idea. That's my thing. That's not. Some people say not very thrilling. You gotta let me cook, man. You gotta let me cook. You underestimate. I think I would also play on your fact that like you feel bad for old people, right? When like an old person, like remember when Michael took those old people down in Halloween Kills, right? Like had that lady like dying and having to see her husband be stabbed repeatedly by Michaels. You felt bad for that old couple. I'd manipulate you on that because you have your grandpappy getting killed off. And then you could do flashbacks and maybe reveal things and betrayals and things. I don't know. Just some ideas, man. Just some ideas. There you go. That's one of my half-baked ideas. Okay. OG Fortnite came back. You gonna play it? I'm not gonna pretend like I was an OG. My first round of Fortnite is when they added the Spider-Man webs and the Daily Bugle. That was my first season. I was not an OG, so I don't have the nostalgic attachment to Fortnite like a lot of people who started from the beginning. But I like when they had the OG map. Was it last year? I had fun playing it. It was fun. Who do you think is the next X-Men coming to the MCU? Man, I would love it to be Cyclops or something like that, but I just think they're going to do the classics until Secret Wars is over, Professor Xavier, Magneto, all those, but like it'll be, the Fox people, saying goodbye to them before they bring in the new people. Any more news on Predator Badlands? Last we heard is the update that the movie will actually be told from the perspective of the Predator, and that to me made it exciting because that's like finally. I want to root for the Predator because he always loses, and he's supposed to be like this ultimate warrior in the galaxy, but he be losing. So hopefully he wins this time. The Amazing Digital Circus is psychological dark comedy. It's on YouTube and Netflix. There's a new episode coming out next week on Friday. Oh, it's on YouTube and Netflix? Oh, that's cool. That's an interesting deal. I will look into it then. Thank you for that. Is there a movie that made you walk out of the theater because it was terrible or boring? I try not to walk out. I like, because I think I like to have the mindset, even if a movie is bad, you can still learn something from it in terms of like maybe what not to do or how to fix the movie or what about this is making it boring and not work for me. So when I do watch a bad movie, I try to just at least have it as a learning experience to like, okay, what's going wrong here? Why is this boring to me? Why isn't it working? Because I want to, I want to make stuff someday, so I want to try and see. But I mean, there was definitely times like, was it the Jeepers Creepers movie? Definitely with that latest one, oh, it was so awful. The first Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. The recent reboot of The Rings, where they called it The Rings or Rings, awful. Really about it. But yeah. Let's see here. Fun fact, Dumb and Dumber turns 30 years old today. Whoa, well, only 30 years old? I kind of thought it would be older. Wow. Well, it did come out in the 90s, right? No, no, it didn't, right? When did Dumb and Dumber come out? What the heck? Now you're making me wonder. Dumb and Dumber. 94. Oh, I guess it would be 30. Because next year I turn 30. And I'm in 95, baby, so that makey sense. That makey sense. Hey Chris, what's your favorite? What's your thoughts on the new Pirates of the Caribbean, and how likely is it that Depp will return? I'm gonna throw another shocker, another curveball y'all way, guys. You ready for this? Never seen any of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I know, right? Do you even watch movies, Chris? Are you even real? Are you an AI robot? What is actually happening? I also never liked pirates. I never got the appeal. Shiba me timbers, scribble on my booty, whatever they say, the eye patches, the wooden legs. I never thought I'd get into the pirates movies, so I just didn't watch them as a kid. And now I'm at the point where it's like, well, I guess I gotta watch them. They're about to reboot them, but I hear that they're really good and they're enjoyable. So I know I have to sit down and watch them, and I guess I'll end up doing reviews on the channel when I do. But I just was never appealed to me. So I have to give them a shot. But the last I saw article wise is that like they're open to Johnny Depp returning and maybe having him be part of it. It's gonna make people mad either way, but I just care about the movie being good. If the movie's good, then we'll see what happens. But yeah. You always make my day better. I've been watching since I was 14 and I'm 19 now. Love you, bro. Oh, love right back, Jesse Rivera. But man, y'all making me feel old. I can't believe it. How many more after next year, 2026? In 2026, it'll be my 10-year anniversary of doing YouTube. That's crazy to me because it still feels like I'm only 3 years in. That's wild. That's wild. Hey, Chris, Netflix is going to steal your movie idea and do it bad. Sad face. Or maybe even Blumhouse. It definitely feels like a Blumhouse movie. I have it so cool and awesome in my mind, but my problem is I've never written a script. So I need to sit down and learn how to write. Because it could look great up here. But then writing it, shooting it, casting it, filming it. It's hard to make a good movie, man. If you could run Marvel Studios, what direction would you take to drive out better quality movie series that do justice to fans? If you could run Marvel Studios, what direction would you take it to drive out better quality? I mean, I think James Gunn has the right direction. I'm just so baffled by the first couple projects he's introducing, but that idea where he said in an interview where they asked him who's the big bad of the DC universe, and he basically said we're not leading into one story, we're not leading into one big bad, kind of the way the first couple of Marvel phases led to Infinity War, led to Endgame. Although they did that awesomely and it was really cool, James Gunn is saying it's going to be more of an open universe where you can come in and play, tell your story, and get out. There will be some connected stuff, and yes, there will be a big bad, but that won't be the entirety of the universe. The universe will be more open to come in and out as you please, and I think that's probably the best way to go with it. I have yet to see it in action fully, so it's like, will it go? But For me, I don't know, man. It's hard to tell. Honestly, it's the Disney Plus shows. I would have just said no to the Disney Plus shows and strictly kept it movies. Because I think the Disney Plus stuff really kind of ruined some of the momentum of Marvel. Hey, Chris, love the channel. Create the perfect slasher. Choose the final girl killer setting, kills, music. Oh my goodness, all that? All right. Oh, okay. I'm gonna choose other already established slashers because just creating them out of thin air would be hard. So, final girl, my favorite final girl, it still has to be Nev Campbell, right? Who else would be a really good final girl? I'm trying to think of like other movies that have been well established, but I mean, Nev Campbell to me is like the final girl. So, Sidney Prescott, okay, so we have her. The killer, I'm going Freddy Krueger. I love Freddy Krueger. Nancy Thompson is also an awesome final girl. She probably would have been number 2 on my list. So, Nev Campbell, Sidney Prescott versus Freddy Krueger. There we go. The setting, snow. I don't think we've seen winter in a Freddy Krueger movie, and I always just like snowy atmosphere, and we don't get that a lot in the other movies. We haven't gotten snow in Friday the 13th, no snow in the Scream universe. I don't think there is any Nightmare on Elm Street movies in the snow. So, all right, so snow, winter, kills, bloody, epic. What's a movie with the great kills? Good horror movie, some good kills. Let me pick something from like the the remake had snow. I think maybe you are right. Maybe there was like a snowy. You're right. There was a little bit of that, but not as. I want like full blankets of snow, inches of snow, right? Okay, but I'm trying to think of the kills. Like what movie? I'm gonna do like the Saw movie type of kills, where it's just glory and ultraviolet, or Terrifier. There we go, Terrifier style kills. There we go. And the music. What movie has the best soundtrack? The Strangers Pray at Night. The soundtrack from Strangers Pray at Night. There you go. 19 inches of snow. I saw that comment. That's funny. I didn't understand why Sony doesn't bring back new live action Starship Troopers movie. Imagine what they would do in the effects. Dude, I agree. I like Starship Troopers. I think that's a fun universe, a fun premise. Why don't they do that? Just bring that back. That would be so fun. I guess it's the worry of, is there an audience for it? It's a cool idea, but it's a cool idea that, you know, older people like, and older people is the harder people to get to go to the movies. So you have to kind of cater to the younger audience. Haley voiced Sora from Kingdom Hearts and Casey Jones from Rise of TMNT, which fans used Casey's voice clip for Silver. Ah, okay, that makes sense now. Good to know. Didn't even know he did some voice work. If James Gunn came to you and gave you any DC property to make a movie, what would it be? I already said it before, my Robin trilogy, although I think James Gunn took a little bit of my idea. I said this before in the previous stream. You guys thought it was a terrible idea. I still think it's a cool idea. I want a Robin trilogy where it's basically the origin. It follows Dick Grayson in all 3 movies, right? So Dick Grayson in the first movie, his origin of losing his parents, being adopted by Batman, and from his point of view, what it's like being raised by Bruce Wayne, trained by Batman, doing all that. Okay, that would be the first movie, right? Just all that setting up Robin, right? Second movie, years later, he's now Nightwing. He's got a rocky relationship with Batman, but Batman has now taken up a new heir, Jason Todd. So the second movie would be establishing the Red Hood story, and it'd be a lot more compelling because you would see Dick Grayson be understanding to Jason, and what he never knew could happen to him happens to another Robin. He gets killed in action, he gets hurt, and he goes evil. So it'd be about a Robin versus Robin, Jason Todd versus Dick Grayson, and all that. But him being like, I understand, I know he wasn't a perfect father, I know he could be a dick, but he was trying his best. And Jason's like, no, he's not. I think that'd be cool. Third movie, Batman's missing. Batman's gone. Where did he go? Dick Grayson has to investigate that. At the same time, a little Damian Wayne appears at Wayne Manor, and now he's got to train his own Robin. He's got to do everything he learned from the first time being there to the mistakes he made with Jason Todd and trying to give it to Damian, trying to be the Batman, take up that mantle while also finding out where Bruce. This is my James Gunn. Come on. This is my Robin trilogy. That's what I would do, because I love the Robin character so much. So I think that'd be so cool. 3 trilogies, 3 different Robin, all told from his perspective. Give me the book and I'll cook. Good movie idea. I'm stealing. JK. I can't wait for it to never come out, honestly. Maybe I'll see if I could. I gotta do a shorts. I got to, man. I just also don't want to. I love and respect Chris Stuckman, but it's too early for me to do the Chris Stuckman thing of trying to start my own film career and then backing away from YouTube. Because you got to admit, Chris has been backing away from YouTube. It's been helping my channel because now more people come to my reviews since Chris isn't around as much. But it's like, I still love what I do here on YouTube. I don't want to give this up, but I do want to flex that muscle a little bit just to try. Over here, I'm acting like I could get a movie deal like Chris did. No, but you never know. You dream, you manifest it, you bring it to yourself, right? Hey, Chris, what would you rate the Iron Giant movie? 10 out of 10. Also, we need another 15 push-ups. Have a great weekend. Ricky G, I'm telling you right now, not doing those push-ups. Nah, doing no push-ups. That would be so embarrassing if I right now did those push-ups, buddy. I'll be so out of breath for the next 30 minutes. But I could do it if I wanted to. Just know that. I could if I want to. But I love The Iron Giant. I think it's a great movie. So awesome. Love Iron Giant a lot. In fact, I always think about wanting to get like an Iron Giant statue because I love it so much. Superman. Good movie. Muppet Vision 3D at Walt Disney World is closing permanently. It was the last project that Jim Henson ever worked on. What were your thoughts on this? I do think it's kind of sad, man. Disney has fumbled what to do with the Muppets and whatnot. The Muppets are beloved, fun creatures, just the same way Warner Brothers has fumbled Looney Tunes content and what to do there. Disney's been lacking. They just don't care as much because they got Mickey and all that, but they don't even do much with Mickey. I love Muppets. It just sucks that that's happening. I think Muppets are underrated, man. Child's Play 2019 deserves a sequel. So much potential. I agree. I would have liked to have seen where they deviate from the story we have now, what they would have done with other dolls, what the storyline would have been. Lars Kjellberg was a nice director, too. It was nice to me. He promised he'd give me a prop from the movie, although he never did. But that was just so nice. That was a fun era. This is my last super chat tonight. Have a good weekend. Well, thank you, Skibbity Luna. Have a good weekend yourself, my friend. Okay. Hey, Chris, I've been watching you since I was in the 6th grade, and I'm now about to graduate high school. And you were the reason I got in the film. And I just want to say thank you. Oh, well, no problem, nerdy boy. I'm glad I can be there for you and get you to embrace the movie love inside. Tyler Burns Smith interview update. Hope it happens. I reached out. I sent the DM. I slid it. No response. I figured. Busy person. Maybe they're not on social media as much. We don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting seeing how Craven does. It will be interesting to see how Craven does, especially if it's like a decent, good movie. What happens then, right? What happens then? Sony, we apologize? I don't think so. I'm not apologizing to you, Sony. Huck two of you, Sony. Okay. Good stuff. All right, guys. That was the final Super Chatty Chat. I want to thank you guys so much for being here on another glorious live stream. You guys are amazing. Y'all make me so happy. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, do all those wonderful things. I hope you guys are having a good holiday. The 3C tree is active. Y'all are amazing people. Love your faces. Adios, my friends.